And for the final time, we are welcoming all of our viewers to the 5th round of the OSRL Short Track Showdown live on the Fireball Talks NASCAR YouTube channel. We're at the Los Angeles Coliseum for the Escape from LA 300. The information about this event on the bottom of your screen right now. It is Los Angeles Coliseum, the 5th round of 5 championship events. We're currently starting it off with the Legends event, a 25-lap shootout. And we have 2 championship contenders currently on the racetrack, and we have our static cameras going. And we're going to focus on them right now. How about Braden Muffin in the 42 machine, who is leading this hunt so far. We saw him win last week in Myrtle Beach. It was an incredible result there. Unfortunately, getting parked in the super late division. He is going for the overall championship. And with all of his dominating victories, those could help him out, even though he has been parked multiple times in the year. How about the driver also in contention? It's Jack Painter, 3 100s back on Muvik so far when it comes to the current standings in practice, as Painter is going to spin it down again. Saw him spin it a few times before the stream has begun, but he is still going on his way. 97 machine back up on the racetrack and trying to make it work so far at the LA Coliseum, a quarter-mile event inside the repurposed Coliseum, first used for the Busch Clash this year, and now we're going to see these Legends cars take it through. We might see some multi-wide racing. We're going to have a few changes when it comes to how we are running this event. It's actually not going to be a 25-lap race. It will be a 50-lap event. The caution laps will count, so we will be moving through the laps at a very, very quick pace compared to the usual standard. Braden Muffin going around the racetrack right now. His best lap is a 14.275, getting about 4 laps done per minute. That will be just about 10 to 15 minutes of green flag action. We're probably going to get it extended as much as we can. However, because of the very narrow racetrack, regardless of what car, we will see many incidents. Perhaps these drivers do not play it clean. You can see right now Josh Stoltz going to lock it up and get into the 27, and that is Dino Smith back again after a few weeks of what appeared to be an absence, returning again. Corbin Simmons being passed there on the outside by Braden Muffin, and they're going to make contact there. Simmons not having any of it. Muffin's going to get into the wall. Simmons is not going to be hit by Muffin. He's going to back it down right now, as it looks like we still got more drivers heading to the track. There is Scotty Smith in the 23, making the rounds for the 43rd time, 43 laps under his belt so far in this practice session, as we lead into qualifying with just about 10 minutes remaining. Aiden Walker getting onto the track right now. The 93 machine all white out. And he is on the track for what appears to be his 46th lap around the Coliseum. 9 minutes and 21 seconds remaining of practice. Still a lot of time for these drivers to settle things out amongst each other, as we're still going to have 3 races at this event tonight. It's going to be the Legends, then the Street Stocks, and the Super Late Models, starting of course with the Legends that we have for the remainder of this season. It looks like a Walker going to head it down to the infield of the racetrack. Not sure what's going on there. He's going to exit the DoorDash, hit road, get back onto the racetrack. Jack Painter, though, fastest on the charts, and just going to avoid Braden Muffin there. He's 200ths up on his championship rival. And it all comes down to this event. Painter going to need a good one due to how dominating Muffin has been, but he's still mathematically in this contention. You can see multiple drivers heading out of pit road right now. Payne, Simmons, Muffin, and Jack Painter appearing to be the last of them. Right now, it is Jack Painter, Triffin Davis in 3rd position, while Braden Muffin is sandwiched in between them in 2nd. Harley Payne is not in 4th, in 8th position, 4 spots behind Benjamin Walker. According to our statistics, it's Aiden Walker, and he is in 4th, while Marty Farrell is in the 5th position in that 12 machine. Ethan Stanley back again. He is in 11th so far, a 2nd back fully. The leader of Painter right now in the Trevor Project machine, and Jacob Case is last on the charts, has not completed a full lap right now. He appears to be going through his 3rd overall. Backing it down once again. 25 machine, no sponsors on that car. Gonna spin it around just slightly there. ZipRecruiter wall in the background, and a multitude of the cars are gonna pass by. That is going to include Harley Payne in the 62. Josh Stoltz chasing the 10, which appears to be Corbin Simmons, unless we have another 10 on the racetrack. Corbin Simmons, that is not, but it looks to be yet another car badged as the number 10 machine. Or no, it's Striffen Davis who is in the 16 machine, not Corbin Simmons. Down to the inside of the racetrack, there is no white line rule in the short track showdown. They can go as far as they need to with just about no banking, only 2 or 3 degrees worth at this track. There is, of course, an advantage in using as little track as you can, and Davis is going to put it into the fence. Whoa! AJ Walker all the way up there, stuck in the safer barrier, going to have to tow it right now. Is it still Braden Movick trying to get back to the top spot on the charts? Harley Payne, 62, gonna let him by there on the inside line. Still going here. Movick is just gonna get into the wall there, pushing it a little too hard. That's all that was possible for the driver, the 42, on that run. Still trying to get back to it, as Aiden Walker making the rounds in 3rd position. Davis in 4th position, only 8 thousandths back on the time that Walker has set, so important to note these guys are awfully close to one another when it comes to time. The top 10 separated by 0.8 of a second. Ethan Stanley now in 12th, trying to claw back into the top 10. Has not had the quickest speed in practice or qualifying in any event. Let's see what we can do here. He's still now up to 8th position, gaining a few. Gonna get into the wall following his quickest lap of the session. It looks like no damage. He's gonna get back onto it. Looks like we are on board with the 27 of Dino Smith. In 5th position, currently scored. You can see shifting up, getting up to about 70 miles an hour, then backing it down for a 42 mile an hour turn. Getting back underway. Getting up to just about 10,000 revs a minute with the engine inside these Legends machines. Down to 3rd. Gonna go up to 4th. And might be able to get it into 5th. Not needed. Backing it down to 3rd again. You're watching the onboard perspective here. How about Jack Painter's on board? Let's see what he can do, as he is the quickest car on the racetrack, but he doesn't appear to be on the racetrack right now. How about Braden Movick? Movick gonna get it around there. It doesn't look like much damage, if any. Jack Painter continues not to be on the racetrack. We're still gonna be going around. Find more drivers to focus on, as Aiden Walker is gonna be heading onto the track right now. Scotty Smith, though, he is on it. He's in 7th position right at the moment. Only 23 thousandths. Whoa, gonna get moved there, as Braden Movick gonna put a block on him. Only a few thousandths away from Marty Farrell's best time in 6th position. He's on pit road as well. Multiple drivers still heading into pit road. As Aiden Walker in 3rd, still chasing down the best time of the session. Not gonna happen in this run. Wow. And both of them jumping around like dice. Still under practice, so no implications, but interesting how many flips we have seen so far. Josh Stoltz still in the Napa-inspired machine there, as it looks like he actually has Napa Auto Parts on the rear end of that car with the Can-Am colors as well. You can see Walker gonna send it in deep and get by. On the inside line, Walker's gonna put himself into the fence and bounce it all over again. Movick, though, he's gonna want to have something to say about this. He's on the inside line, and he's gonna make it work once again. He's only 18 thousandths away from the quickest time of the session so far, and he is certainly trying to get up there. He's putting a little too much into that turn, backing it down just before the front straightaway. Gonna get a new set of tires with a reset car. Ethan Stanley now up to 5th position from dead last. Doing a great job while he's at it. '91 machine still going throughout the racetrack, 80 thousandths behind the time Triffin Davis set. And Davis is not on the racetrack. One of the few drivers not to be. Gonna back it down to the inside line, and a little bit of tire smoke. Maybe still his quickest lap. Doesn't look like it's gonna be scored as such. That's a 14.862. Nothing's gonna change. Ethan Stanley in 5th position as Jack Painter still in 1st, while Braden Movick fighting for 2nd, and he's gonna get involved in Ethan Stanley's mess. Jacob Case now behind. It looks like Case is gonna spin it out. First of 3 races, we are getting to the final minute of the practice session. This Legends event. See Braden Movick pushing as hard as he can right now. Can he get it done in these final few seconds? We'll see. As Aiden Walker going to take it back to the racetrack right now. While Movick only has a few fair attempts to get to the fastest lap on the timing sheets. No contact with Stoltz there. And he's just about a 10th off. Not going to happen. He's going to get a new car and maybe go out for 1 or 2 more laps. Davis back onto the racetrack. Movick getting back as well. Might be able to put 1 good lap in. Let's see what he can do. The blimp camera showing the entire racetrack. How about we follow along with Braden Movick? Get a little more of a close-up from the sky. The 42 machine. There he is, wiggling it pretty hard. 23 seconds to go. He will be able to make 1 more lap, maybe even 2, if he times it out perfectly, going through the wall there. That is not his quickest lap. Walker gonna send it hard in. Not going to affect the driver of the 42. Giving it all he has. 1 last time. Coming around, it is going to be last lap. Movick, it is a 14.585. Nothing's going to change. Triffin Davis going to get into the wall there. Practice is over. Time to watch the qualifying session. Aiden Walker heading onto the racetrack right now. Movick is as well. Ethan Stanley to be the 3rd of which. Then Scotty Smith and Jack Painter, who have already headed on. See that the 42 machine is right here. Scotty Smith just behind. And Movick on his way, followed by Josh Stoltz. Just getting onto the racetrack right now. Jack Painter is on his 1st lap. Movick is as well. One to watch. We're going to be going through all the telemetry for every single driver. And you can see backing it down. He gets it up to 43 miles an hour when it comes to the apex of the turn. That's a 14.358, quicker than Jack Painter's 14.391. Scotty Smith's 15.112 puts him down into 5th. Then we got Aiden Walker's 14.408. Triffin Davis has a 4.494 when it comes to his final 4 digits. Ethan Stanley a 14.460. Jack Painter not going to be able to get it done. That is all she has. It is a 14.462 second lap. Movick, he's going to be going around for his next as he is down on pit road for a new set of tires. Josh Stoltz, currently 6th on the charts. All he can ask for in that number 199 machine. Aiden Walker back down. Dino Smith seems his run is over with a 15.437. Harley Payne now the final of 10 drivers to be on that top 10 as Jacob Case is going to move up to the 7th position. So have a few drivers who have not gone yet. It is going to include Harley Payne. He is the 10th of 12 drivers to not go. It comes down to Corbin Simmons, Marty Farrell, and Harley Payne, none of which seem to be on the racetrack. Braden Movick is. Aiden Walker still getting some laps. So while we are going to wait for the driver of the 62 machine and the driver of the 10 and 12 to come along, we'll be watching the 93. This is from the spectator's perspective. The grandstands going around separate areas that would be grandstands. on the iRacing service. Aiden Walker ripping the fence on the outside line. So we go through a multitude of possible options when it comes to the camera. This is a very wide shot. Going to be using it when the pack gets close to one another. You can see how small these cars are. They are smaller than the painted lines when it comes to their length at this quarter-mile racetrack. A very interesting combination of the horsepower and the body style of 90-something years ago. Actually, 88 years ago, as that looks to be it. Qualifying is settled. Pole sitter, it's Braden Mullick. And now we're going to run you through our starting grid. You see the iRacing pace car is on your screen. And how about we go down to the driver who is leading the way, the number 42 machine, to kick off our starting grid. That is our results page, which is not correct, but this is leading off in this chart. It's not the 93, it's Braden Mullick in the 42 machine with the 14.357. The Jack Painter's 14.391 is going to be second in tow. Benjamin Walker, Aiden Walker, has a 14.408, and Ethan Stanley has a 14.460 to round out the second of these rows. Trevor Davis is in 5th position with Josh Stoltz in 6th. Jacob Case, Scotty Smith, Dino Smith being the last to qualify on time, while Marty Farrell is going to qualify on his I rating in 10th, and Harley Payne and Corbin Simmons round out the field in 11th and 12th. That is our starting grid for this event. Setting it out to a wide shot, that is what we are going to do. You can see every single one of these drivers led by the iRacing pace truck, the official pace truck of iRacing, and an estimated 12 minutes of green flag racing are expected according to the timing and scoring statistics, judging off of the lap length. 50 laps to be exact. And the quick times these guys are setting down, they are off for the pace lap for the first time in this event. Harley Payne, the last of them, be on his way. You could see the entire field, or almost the entire field from here, barring one or two drivers. And it is time to get to work at the Los Angeles Coliseum. Braden Mullick, of course, feeling the heat. His championship rival is just beside him. So, of course, a lot of pressure there. He is one very well known of handling pressure exquisitely. The 97, of course, going to be a great challenge to deal with. These two going back and forth all the way throughout the entire championship. But we're going to find out. The pace truck dives into the DoorDash pit road. And for the first time tonight, we are green from Los Angeles. And Mullick going to get a blinding start there. He is clear away. And that is the entire field just behind him. Painter going to get it loose. Aiden Walker going to run into 3rd position as we see a little bit of trouble in the back of the pack. Harley Payne going to be the one chasing them all, while Braden Mullick going to lead the first lap. Ethan Stanley gets around for 3rd. And Jack Painter not having a great time of things. He is down to 5th. Maybe playing it safe so far at the start of this event. Yellow flag is out. It appears it might be Marty Farrell, and it looks like that is the case. Here's an instant replay. It was Farrell on the inside line, getting it lost, backing it in, getting it saved, however, and able to continue with these events. The racing procedure, minimal if any damage. 12 has caught up right now, and it looks like we're going to be going 1 to green. Manual cautions for the first time tonight. Well, let's do this. Once again, from Los Angeles, 4 laps through. Looks like the caution flag lights are back on. We are going to be double file again, 1 to green, and Aiden Walker is on the outside line. Jack Painter, not a great start, but he's getting bailed out early with a caution. Field of what appears to be an 11-car field as Corbin Simmons The only driver not to make it onto the starting grid is going to be gone, but Brandon Moffitt going to lead him again with a great start, and Aiden Walker had nothing for him. Ethan Stanley is going to dive into second. Jack Painter, as the inside line, might be able to get back to third as the remainder of the field goes clean as ever. How about that? 11 cars so far, and they've all made it past cleanly. The 12 of Marty Farrell being the last of which he is in 11th following that incident. And Ethan Stanley battling for second. Jack Painter trying to get it up to third. Not happening so far. It's a three-car battle for second position. Gonna close in on the cameras with these drivers. Braden Moffitt clearing away. Lap 8 of 50. As there are only about 10 minutes of predicted green flag racing in this first event. Still got 2 to go, however. Do not leave just yet, as Braden Moffitt going to lead the way so far. And Ethan Stanley going to lock it up big there. How about that? Still going to save it. And Aiden Walker's got pressure on his outside. Josh Stoltz now going to put the pressure on Jack Painter. They're working together as well as ever. Now, Trippin Davis going to go to the inside line there. Jack Painter, no use but to concede again. Braden Moffitt on the inside line has not had to concede to anyone. Ethan Stanley still falling back, while Benjamin Walker, Aiden Walker to be exact there. Name error there, but he is driving without any error in third position right now, chasing down Ethan Stanley. Just a 100th or so, the driver just behind him. Going through the pack, Josh Stoltz and Trippin Davis are battling one another. Jack Painter's going to spin. Championship implications, and that is the driver of the 97, who is currently battling for the championship lead. And Painter going to go around. Not a good start to the night, and not a good start to his championship chances. This is the only division he is eligible for a championship in if he's able to make it happen. Wow. Getting an instant replay to see you running on his lonesome in fourth position. Now down to 9th. Here is the telemetry. The telemetry appears to not be accurate, but oh! And avoiding contact, he did. Go down to 9th overall. Braden Moffitt leading the way so far. Lap 15 of 50, making great waves. .42 still holding clear in the McDonald's Chip Ganassi number. He's been running them all. When it comes to the OSRL Short Track Showdown, having the Kyle Larson inspired paint scheme in the super late model division. But right now, the only resemblance to a Chip Ganassi car is the number, and perhaps the way he's running. Chip Ganassi likes winners. Braden Moffitt likes to be a winner. That's why he's up front right now. Ethan Stanley on the outside line. He might have something to say about it. Stanley, a tenured road racing driver, trying to make it happen on the quarter mile over. It's going to be Moffitt again, but Ethan Stanley's not going to have a bad start, a respectable one at that. He's going to have to fight on the outside if he wants to make something happen on that motor racing machine. How about that? And you can see that these are motorcycle-powered cars, actually powered by a Yamaha engine, but they have a quick tendency to snap on you. Motorcycle, a very heavy machine like a car is, with 4 wheels on this machine as opposed to a motorcycle's 2. Still very, very snappy in spite of the added traction with 4 wheels. And right now a battle for second position happening just behind Braden Moffitt. That's all that Moffitt wants to see, as it is 19 of 50 laps through. And this is the perfect circumstance for his championship chances. The ticker is back up on your screen. Apologies for not opening it up beforehand, but we have it back now, as we are 20 laps through this event. Braden Moffitt's making absolutely quick work of every single driver who is just behind him. Looks like we have a battle in the back. It's Jack Painter spinning again, and that's going to be major damage. That was the front end. Not a good night for the 97 machine. Just catching it live, and oh my goodness. Painter having a mid-race collapse. It's going to be a miracle that can get him this championship now. He's down to 11th and last on the racetrack. He's back on right now. Look at this. Instant replay. What just happened? See you running in the mid-pack. And Payne gonna send it. Oh, Payne's gonna touch it with a little bit of netcode. Marty Farrell involved once again. Harley Payne is as well, but Jack Payne are gonna get the worst of it, and I have to say not his fault, but he is not running in a good position. He is all the way back there now in 10th. Marty Farrell is a lap down, getting repairs done to his machine. Double file once again. Pace car does not appear to be signaling that we're going 1 to green. The driver is getting accustomed to the double file procedure. Ethan Staley in third. He's back on the inside line. He's been fighting Aiden Walker hard. Will he have anything to say about the driver just in front of him, that 42 machine? We're going to find out very, very soon. We're just about halfway through this event already. It is 8:13 on the East Coast, and this race was scheduled to go up to 9 Eastern. The street stocks will be pushed up very, very early as a result. It's going to be back to back to back, so don't miss any of the action. The racing will not stop as soon as this race ends. We're still going to have the street stocks event. It's going to be a double or nothing presentation. 100 laps around this quarter-mile oval, and it's going to be an amazing one to watch. Caution laps do count, so we are going to have 100 through and through laps, no matter how many cautions we get. And it's interesting to note that these are very, very quick caution laps at just about 32 seconds. But right now, Braden Mother going to have to put 25 more flyers down. Green flag, and he's going to get an amazing start. Look like a little bit of a fake out there. Ethan Stanley on the inside line going to have a little bit of pressure as he goes down to the Geico Rumble strips. And Josh Stoltz fighting back on the outside line. Braden Mother is still going to have to make it work. He is on the inside in his own position. It is first position to be exact. Jack Painter still trying to crawl up through the pack. Is he going to send it 3? No, he's not. He's going to work through the Smith brothers. Maybe on the middle there. The 27 and the 23. The Smiths are going to see Jack Painter challenge both of them. And it might be the saving grace if he can get back up to the mid-pack. It might be a point scenario deciding whether or not he will be getting back up there. He's in the back of the pack, not able to make anything of it so far. Finishing this race in last, not going to do anything at all. Jacob Case knows that he might have to move as the driver of the 97 is on a warpath, but Braden Movick is taking it easy up front. And Aiden Walker is in second position while Ethan Stanley is in third. And Josh Stoltz in fourth, Triffin Davis in fifth. And Case getting some pressure down his neck. Here is the rear view camera from the 25 machine. The iRacing advertisement in the background with a Clash display. It is a stadium. These guys are going around quite the bull ring for these Legends cars to go at it. As Painter going to put some pressure down. Here's the left front camera of the 25 machine. Going to have to let the 97 through. Painter is on his way. Get another position, perhaps being Kane. Here is the right rear camera from Triffin Davis. You can see Jack Painter is hunting him hard down. The 97 making more and more time while Davis doesn't have much to race for besides the victory, of course. Jack Painter hunting for a championship in the Legends Division, lap 33 of 50. You see the cockpit camera right now. This is what the driver of the 97 is seeing. All the telemetry going to be shown on your screen right now. It looks like Marty Farah out of the event as we have a caution. And we're going to find out what just happened. And it looks to be involving Harley Payne. Coming into the repairs section of the racetrack, the pit road, of course. Here is a 30-second replay to wind back the clock. What happened to the driver of the 62? Harley Payne. Unfortunate circumstance. Self-spin. He's just going to back it into pit road, perhaps for some new tires there. He's back on the racetrack right now on a one-lap set of tires. So he is back with the freshest tires on the grid. Everyone else is 36-lap-old freshies. But I don't think that the Legends tires are going to affect them too much with 15 laps to go. Everyone up front has the same set. And Jack Painter, hungry as ever to try to make something happen. No truest rule in this event, it appears. Painter still trying to get back up to the front of the pack in order to keep his championship alive. And Braden Movick He's been doing everything he can, nothing less. The pole position, leading every single lap so far, leading the most laps mathematically. I don't think there's any way he can lose this event, barring a surprise move by the driver of the 91 machine, the driver of the 93 of Aiden Walker. Braden Movick is looking very good right now, not having to use any of his aggressive tendencies, because he has the advantage of natural speed right now, and he has not seen any lap cars on his quest to victory. 13 laps to go. That was a 32-second caution lap. It's just about double the speed of the lap at a track, say Talladega, in a car equivalent to the NASCAR Cup Series machines without draft, but it's half the speed for the green flag lap here. It is yet again time for Braden Movick to show what he's got for the once again, I believe, fourth time of the night. We're green again, and Braden Movick gonna get an amazing start. Ethan Stanley gonna follow his lead, get all the way into the second position. You see Jack Painter is now on the title hunt. And we go on board once again with Jack Painter to see what it is all about from the driver of the 97. See very, very slight banking there, as this is the gyro cam, so it moves with the banking of the racetrack as Painter, oh, he's gonna get into the wall there. A little bit of an edgy move, gets past 25 machine. Josh Stoltz, his next competitor out front. In a single file train, Painter has to look at it from a very precise manner. How we go in the left front camera to see how close he gets to the inside wall every single lap, because right now Josh Stoltz looking like he has a clear advantage over the driver of the 97, as Painter might be giving up too much too quick on his competitors out front. Diving all the way down to the slight rumble strips there. Almost no banking on this track. 8 laps to go. And getting all the way up to the inside wall. Painter does. And the sunset gleaming on this Los Angeles track, as Josh Stoltz seems to be falling back right now, maybe into the clutches of Jack Painter. We'll find out with 6 laps to go. This battle is heating up. Ethan Stanley now making a charge for the lead on Braden Movick. Maybe he has something for him, maybe he does not. They're very close. This might be the closest they have been the entire race. As Stanley now working it as hard as he can. Looks like Aiden Walker going to try to dodge to the inside. Not going to happen that time by. And Movick with 4 laps to go. Still trying to make it happen. It could come down to the battle that Jack Painter is having right now, but it could not, as these two are very close. Triffin Davis is going to have a little bit of a wobble there. Aiden Walker is involved. These two wreck. It might be podium position chances for Jack Painter. Josh Stoltz has still a clear advantage. 3 laps to go. The championship race comes down to Painter and Movick. Walker fighting hard. Davis is going to get into the podium position. Ethan Stanley is still in second. This is his last opportunity to win this season. Will he get it done? We're going to find out. From broadcaster to the driver, Ethan Stanley is with Movick driving all the way. This is his last lap, and this is all he has to do. He's done everything he can, barring anything from before, barring any race finish, barring any parked event. This is it. And yet again, back-to-back weeks, Braden Movick is the Legends winner in the OSRL Short Track Showdown, and perhaps the champion of the Legends division. And it looks like Jack Painter gets it done in 5th. But is it going to be enough? I am not sure. He's already disconnected from the racetrack, perhaps a sign of frustration. As Braden Movick still rolling around. And I do believe that it's going to come down to the points tabulation. Either way, teams. Movick has a hold of it right now. Escape from LA 300's Legends Division winner. Has done it again. Taking a short tour of the racetrack before he burns it down. How about a static camera? He burns it down, rightfully so. This could be his first championship of the night as the points are tabulated. That is something we're going to find out shortly. Smoke show in Los Angeles. And it's time for the Street Stocks race to begin. I suppose Jack Painter, the admin of this series, working on that right now as Muvik gets to celebrate all the work he has put in. Series of donuts to finish off an incredible Legends season. 5 weeks of action is going to burn it down at the fence. Celebration is not over. He is going to be back on his way for a Polish victory lap around the Los Angeles Coliseum. Maybe his first of 3 tonight, as Muvik still gets to celebrate another victory. The Team TCB 2.0 machine. Backing it down to burn it down again. I think he's going to be burning it down until the engine lets go. We're going to watch the telemetry, see whether or not he's getting closer and closer to that. And it looks like still in first gear. When it gives in, we will know. One driver who hasn't given in this year despite all of the hardships, it is Brayden Muvik. Still celebrating much as he can. 10,000 RPM, almost 11,000 RPM on that car. And it breaks, it breaks. The championship spirit won't break the driver of the 42. I think that might be it, and it is. How about that? The driver of the 42 getting it done, and I believe this might be a championship victory for you there. Brayden Muvik, a dominating victory once again.
Yes. I would have got the championship by 1 point if the position didn't matter. Because of the bonus points, I led a lap with the most laps and got the pole, so I would have won the championship by about 2 points if the position didn't matter. So, I mean, that's pretty cool.
What you're saying is you did win the championship because we don't have the points in yet, but we just want to make sure, correct?
Yep, I did. It was a 2-point gap before the race started, and you get a bonus point for pole, so I got that. It's cut down to 1. And then I got a bonus point for leading a lap, so they tied, and then I got the bonus point for leading the most laps. And Jack didn't lead one, so I would have won by 1 point if the finishing position didn't even matter. So, yeah, then I won, he finished 5th, so that pretty much sealed it.
Absolutely wasn't able to make a late race charge, and the outside line seemed to be his enemy all the way. How much of an advantage was the inside line for you throughout that event?
I mean, it was probably the preferred line. I think I said before the race started that whoever was... I said qualifying was probably going to determine who wins the championship, so I'm really happy that I got pole here out of any other of the races. I think this is like my first pole, my first or second pole out of all the series in the season, so I'm really happy it came here, because I don't think I would have won the championship if it was the other way around.
Certainly qualifying, deciding where you finished, that is for sure. We saw Ethan Stanley challenging you at the end. Did you think there was any, perhaps, opposition at the end of it that could have seen you losing the race?
I wouldn't have minded losing the race. It meant I could have won the championship. So I was getting ready just to let him by if he got like up to my bumper. I was getting ready just to let him by right there, so I didn't have to risk anything for my championship. But I mean, yeah, he was quite the challenge. So was Walker. So I mean, I'm pretty happy I got it done against some of the guys that actually run these cars in real life, so it's pretty cool.
Absolutely running against the real life talent, and we're getting a request from one of our viewers. It's Tyler Tinsley saying that you've got to check your DMs. It appears you have a message from him, but how about that? Either way, getting it done in dominating fashion from pole to victory. Undisputed, the champion of the Legends Division, going for 3 championships tonight. It's Brayden Muvik getting it done at Los Angeles. Thank you for your time.
I also want to shout out Tyler Tinsley. He created this beautiful car. So, happy to win the championship for him.
Absolutely going to drag you back into the driver's chat right now. And how about that? Tyler Tinsley getting a championship as the paint scheme designer. Tyler Tinsley has done a lot of work with some very reputable sources, including IDK Player, his work being featured in the Roblox game and our Thunder. So big props, and it's nice to see you out here tonight supporting the stream and supporting the content. We're going to bring it to our second place finisher right now, the driver, the 91. And look at right there at the end, you had a challenge working up there. Ethan Stanley, walk us through those last few laps.
Yeah, I mean, I think I could have got him with a couple more laps. It's really a matter of the tires, staying on the car. Tire temperatures are really weird. A lot of different grip levels throughout the race, so kind of unpredictable. Just glad I finished second and had a pretty good race.
Absolutely a good race from you there at the end of the day. Do you think you were able to make a challenge after the battle with Aiden Walker appeared to be complete when you got the inside line following one of the final cautions?
I mean, by the time I got past Walker, I don't think I really had a chance anymore because he had a decent...
And apologies if you can hear me right now. That was a little bit of an outage. And unfortunately, that question, we have missed the answer, and the stream is still up. Once again, I apologize, but can you continue to walk us through?
Yeah, I mean, I think I had a chance at the end there, but I mean, once I got past Walker, he had a decent gap on us, and I didn't really have the time to make it up, and that's what happened. I mean, with a restart maybe, but the outside lane was so tough to really get a run on, so I don't think I really had a chance.
Certainly came down to the inside line at the end of the day, and we're going to have two more races. Do you think we'll see you up front again in the Street Stocks and Super Late Model events?
I hope to be up there in the Street Stocks. Who knows about the Super Late Models? I was really bad last week, but hopefully I can come back and get something done.
Absolutely, yet another great finish for the driver who has only recently started competition with OSRL. It is Ethan Stanley getting in another podium, a second place finish to our championship winner tonight. We thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
For our final podium position finisher, I think this is the second time you've been in the booth this season, and the first time was all the way 5 weeks ago when we began the championship hunt, and you're back again. Aiden Walker, a podium. Do you think you had a chance there at the win?
Maybe it was just how a restart went. I think if I just got a little bit of a better jump there, because I think I got a little late on getting out of first gear, and it just, if you miss it by a tenth of a second, you're gonna instantly lose a bunch of time. So yeah, I think top 3 is pretty much what I was going for. So
certainly still getting a podium and a good points haul. And of course, you are a Legends driver in real life, as mentioned by Braden Movick, so you're still up there with the best of them when it comes to these Legends cars in the sim and in the real world. We still have 2 races tonight, the Street Stocks and the Super Late Models. Will we expect to see you there? And do you expect to have a good run?
I'll probably be in the late models, but yeah, I'll be running, so tonight's gonna be a fun night.
Absolutely, a lot of action, double-length races tonight. And we hope to see our final podium finisher for the first race coming back again. It's Aiden Walker, 2 seconds down on the winner, but still not down for the night. We thank you for your time.
Thank you.
How about that? Those are our podium finishers. How about we go through our race results before we head on to the next session? We're going to have a short intermission while we attempt to get there. Here is our results page for the night. Led by Braden Movick, he had a 6/10 win over Ethan Stanley and Benjamin Walker. Aiden Walker in 3rd position. Josh Stoltz and Jack Painter round out the top 5. Painter almost winning the championship, but that late race charge not able to do anything for him. Shades of James Hunt after the tire failure that he had in Fuji in 76. Unfortunately, in this case, not able to get it done following a late race roundup. Then it's going to be Dino Smith, Jacob Case, Harley Payne, Scotty Smith, and Triffin Davis, 1 lap down in 10th position. And our only 2 retirees for this event, it's Marty Farrell and Corbin Simmons. Simmons not taking the grid, and Farrell retiring after multiple incidents. We're going to be heading to our second race of the night with our new intermission screen designed by our own Alexander Balderas of Throttle. Unfortunately, he is not here tonight, but I am, and we're going to be carrying the fun through for the remainder of this event. I hope you enjoy the presentation. We're going to switch to the music for just a quick second while we get to the next event. And it appears the session has not yet gone up, so this is going to be a slightly prolonged intermission. We apologize for the delay, but we hope to get back on track as soon as the session is open and the drivers can be seen on your screens. So we are going to be getting to that as soon as we can, and once again, apologize for the delay. This is as quick as it gets when it comes to the OSRL Short Track Showdown, and it is not something in my control. And it is an iRacing situation because the session appears to be up when it comes to the timing and scoring of iRacing, but it is not up for the drivers to join. We're getting there. Just a minute or so. The music is going to keep playing, and it might just loop once. This is going to be a little longer than expected. Hopefully, we're going to see more drivers here at LA. An amazing first race. Let's see if we can get yet another winner and maybe perhaps another champion in another race of street stocks. Gonna be 100 laps of action. Hope you enjoy it. The drivers of the Street Stocks machines have showed up, and we're going to be getting them onto your screen right now. And here they are, back in action. It is Los Angeles for the second race of the night, and we have 26 minutes of practice to go over. So it's going to be a long haul as we're going to wait for all these drivers to get their laps in and get their feet settled with the pedals of this Street Stocks machine scanned from the Junior Motorsports program based off the 1970s Camaros that the IROC Series, the International Race of Champions, would have raced. I have gotten the request to explain a few racing terms while we are at it. Now, I was asked by one of the viewers I know from my own life about a few terms, and we're going to go over them right now as we're going to be watching these drivers on the racetrack. And one of these terms is the banking. Now, you see that this track is a very flat track. That is the case given the fact that it is almost as straight as a normal road. The banking is practically the amount of tilt that a certain area of pavement has when it comes to how many degrees of angle it has. And you can see that it's very few here, so it's almost an entirely flat track. That's the reason these guys have to go all the way down to the inside for an advantage. At track like Daytona, it doesn't matter the line, you can be as quick as ever. And the Polish victory lap was inspired by the Polish NASCAR Cup Series champion Alan Kulwicki, who won his first victory in Phoenix in 1988, took it around for a backwards lap. How about that? He made history there. He's had 5 victories in his Cup Series championship season. Rather, in his career. He had multiple in his championship season in 1992, but always famous for his spirit in the garage and for that Polish victory lap. You can see that Braden Movic emulated it as he got that victory in the championship. Ethan Stanley is on the racetrack right now. He is currently top of the charts. Jack Painter, he is in second position following not the greatest event last time by. Street stock's a little bit quieter than the machines that we were focused on beforehand. Probably go on board with Jack Painter to see how he does it for a lap or two. And it looks like, oh, very loose there, but he's going to get it keep on going. How about that? Painter gonna back it down there. That was his 8th lap of practice. As Scotty Smith in the 23 machine, still going through in that Pontiac Toronto college-sponsored machine. The FTFGG logo on the quarter panel, making it happen. He is third on the charts at the moment. Let's see what he can do within these next few laps. Looks like these street stocks are a little quieter than the cars that we were working with beforehand. Allow us to have a quicker intermission to make sure that you can hear these cars in their full glory. We're going to turn up the sound by just a few decibels to make sure that they are audible from the traditional TV cameras to make the viewing experience that much better. We have made that change. They're a few decibels louder. You're going to be able to hear them a bit stronger than you did beforehand. We're hearing the roar of the engine that Scotty Smith has. Still rolling on by. 4th on the charts right now is Jack Painter, is now a 10th back on Braden Movic's best time. Jack Painter in the UPS machine. Shades of Dale Jarrett, the 2000 NASCAR Cup Series champion who went to Robert Yates following his championship victory in the AT machine with Joe Gibbs. Apologies for the dead air, sorting some things out behind the scenes as Ethan Stanley is going to back it into the wall. And I'm thinking, if we're going to be going through this practice session, we may as well get some feedback from some drivers as we see more and more get to the action. Antonio Mancini is going to send it to the top of the charts, and Mancini, how about that, got a podium earlier in the season. Incredible result there. He is quite the crowd favorite, maybe not for the best reasons, always known as an over-aggressive driver, but in this series, he's been known to be a pretty good one. He's getting up there consistently, making moves, and they're not as untimely as they are most likely stereotyped to be. He's making some good results here, and it is an impressive journey for the driver of the 92 for sale machine. No sponsor there. He is working the car as hard as he can. He is now up front by 0.8 of a second over the driver just behind. It's Braden Movic as we see Triffin Davis in the 16 machine. That is the Ben and Jerry 16 now. That is a Camaro from the flesh and the blood. Is that Ben & Jerry's machine? I've seen it in multiple official street stock races. That is the beauty of trading paints. Any driver can race any car, and that is for free with an iRacing subscription. You can get any customizable paints. I've seen that one multiple times, but it is a classic in the street stock scene, so I don't blame Davis, the former OSRL Cup Series champion, for driving it. And Marty Farrow in the 12 car, he's now back after a multiple incident filled race. Harley Payne, we just saw him there get a little bit of a brush up there. The Payne and the Valvoline machine getting back onto the racetrack. On his way once again. That is the 62 machine as we are waiting for the second race to begin. And how about the drivers, or rather the viewers who might be iRacing drivers themselves, watching tonight's event? We have 6 currently watching. If you do enjoy the event and you have any feedback, be sure to sound off in chat. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I have my chat up right now, as always, to make sure that I don't miss any feedback from any of you drivers. I love to hear what every single one of you have to say. Of course, saying that you all are drivers is to assume that you all have iRacing, but I assume you guys do at least love this service as much as I do. Sound off in the chat, and I'll be sure to read it and shout you all out because I love the feedback. Tell you what, these two are going at it right now, the 23 and the 62. Rear engine blow just in front. That is Harley Payne into the wall, not the one who blew that engine. Mancini still over a tenth ahead of the 42 machine when it comes to their lap time. I don't think wall riding is the way to go. You can see a lot of damage to Mancini's car as he is still waiting for the drivers just behind him to catch up. As Ethan Stanley is in second. He is the second closest, and Movic has not made even a thousandth of a second of progress ever since he got that quick lap completed. Josh Stoltz in 5th position, still trying to work his way through the racetrack right now. The 199 machine, Scotty Smith in 6th. He is as well. The closest gap to 2 drivers on the racetrack is Harley Payne and Scotty Smith. Their lap times are separated by 12 one-thousandths of a second. That is a difference between a 14.272 and a 14.284 as Mancini still top of the charts. Davis now just about a second back. It's going to be Jimmo Hawkins. I believe this is the debutant drive for the driver of the 88 machine. He is just onto the racetrack. He's about just over a second off the pack. It's a 10-car field so far. We have filled out the first sector of the ticker. Let's see if we get some more drivers as the night goes on. Hawkins now in 9th position. Marty Farrell put back into the last position when it comes to the timing and scoring so far with 17 minutes remaining in practice. It has been a fun night. We have not even gotten to the second event of this night, however. It's going to be great to see when all these drivers get back up on it. These street stocks are much bigger than those of the Legends machines, and we're going to go back to the tower camera to give that scale. You can see that the driver of this 88 machine is driving the street stock that is bigger than the white lines that are actually just about the length of the Legends cars we saw beforehand. Mother gonna wall ride it in, and Ace saying always good racing, and these OSRL guys, they do always produce some good racing. Practice though a little chaotic as Harley Payne's gonna back it into Jamil Hawkins big time. Josh Stoltz now in 8th. Hawkins making some waves. He's now 10th and then some ahead of Marty Farrell as Jacob Cases joined the lobby. He is in 11th position when it comes to the timing and scoring charts right now, so we will have a more than 10-car field once again, hoping to see every single driver make it to the grid. That was not the case last time by Corbin Simmons, not able to finish it off. And you can see the 16 car just spawning in as that is the 024 machine, I believe, of Marty Farrell, rather than 12 of Marty Farrell hitting the barrier. He is back on the racetrack, however. And Braden Movic still now a 10th ahead of Antonio Mancini. And an incredible lap put up by Mancini to keep him all the way up there. And how about that from the driver of the 92 machine? And I think we might as well do some practice interviews because we have that much time. So we're going to go throughout the field and do some practice interviews to fill some time. Now, Antonio Mancini, I think it's the first time you are in the broadcast booth, but we've been seeing some pretty good pace out of you in these street stocks, getting a podium earlier in the season and now second on the charts. What's the game plan when we're getting into qualifying very, very soon?
running a good line, I guess. Just trying to stay off everybody so I don't interfere with the championship battle.
Certainly the championship battle, one to watch, but of course you're going for the win as well. How are you going to be moving your car around in the hopes to get your first victory of the season in the last Street Stocks event?
Just keeping myself clean and trying not to kill anybody, but, you know, the bumpers may be used.
I'm thinking the bumpers will most likely be used. This is Los Angeles, a very short quarter-mile racetrack, and these street stocks a lot bigger than the Legends cars we saw before. We still saw a little bit of a dumping and running in the last race. Are you worried that that might happen to you in this event?
Possibly, but I mean, it's a short track. Most likely it'll wad a bunch of cars up, so you probably won't lose too much from it, so not that big, not that much of a concern.
How about that? Now, I don't know if you were watching the race beforehand. We didn't see you on the entry list, unfortunately, but the inside line seems to be the dominating one at Los Angeles. The lack of banking proving to give these drivers a challenge when they're on the outside, having to do more distance without any leverage on the outside of the racetrack. Your goal, qualify on the inside line, of course, but do you think you'll be able to grab the pole from Braden Movick, who is currently contending for the overall championship?
No.
I love that very blunt answer there. What is your goal then? Are you going to settle for second or perhaps even shoot it down to third, maybe to get a better launch?
Just qualify as high as I can go and hope I'm there at the end.
Well, a simple plan for the driver of the 92 machine who is currently on pit road. We are watching some drivers just passing by, but right now, only one driver has passed him by on the practice charts, and that is Braden Movick. It's Antonio Mancini looking for yet another impressive run in that 92 machine. We thank you for your time.
Thank you.
How about we go down to another driver and see what their thoughts are? How about a driver we haven't gotten to tonight besides our podium 3? It's Harley Payne in the 62 machine, and you're back again. You've been running this series consistently for the past few weeks, and you got good speed right now. How are you feeling about that 62?
Nervous. For one thing, I think my fastest lap was put down with me riding the wall like a moron. Obviously not going to be doing that in the race because, one, I get disqualified, and two, that's not morally correct. But I feel a lot better than I do in the Legends car, and I hope that this isn't the peak of how I feel good tonight because we still got the super late model later.
Right about that, the super late models are going to be coming up next, but we can see you right now getting a really good feel of it. You got a few drivers battling you, but you got them under lock. Of course, it is not racing conditions, but you're still fourth fastest overall. I think the game plan is just to ride that inside line because we've seen a lot of drivers, of course, struggling on the outside.
I mean, obviously, when your track is only a quarter of a mile long and the turns have the radius of a bottle cap, it's not exactly a good idea to run the outside. I think any chance you can get to make the track shorter without getting penalized is one you should take.
Absolutely, these are durable machines, these street stocks. You might be able to clip that inside wall, not necessarily clip it, but tap it. You will be all right. Now, these are a lot bigger cars with a lot better traction to the ground as far as I have been experienced with compared to the Legends. Are you at all worried about perhaps seeing some bumper-to-bumper action that's going to result in flaring tempers?
If anybody has any logic in their brain, they'll know it's just racing. I don't think anyone who has more than 4 brain cells is going to, you know, take any results of anything on track personally. You know, it's short track racing. It's the last one of the year. There's really no merit in getting mad at anything at this point.
Have to agree, this is the final race of the season for the street stocks, and we've only got a week or so until the Cup Series is going to kick into gear. Hope to see you there. Of course, driving the 62 as I did last season in the Cup Series, but right now we see you in the 62 in the Short Track Showdown. We thank you for your time. I hope you do well in the event and qualifying.
Thank you, man.
Just gonna back it into the wall there as the interview concludes. That's Harley Payne in the 62, and in my experience in OSRL, I have driven the 62 twice in the first season and the third season, getting to race some great drivers such as Braden Movick for the victory once at Daytona to open last season. Got second position starting in 36th. I love racing, but you know, talking to these guys and getting their experience is amazing as well. They're drivers and they know how to say it as well as I think I would. So it's great to talk to all of them. As Jacob Case, it looks like he just deafened himself again. Don't think we're getting an interview from him, but how about a driver we haven't pulled up all year? You've been having some great finishes, running just about fourth almost every single race. Do you think tonight, Josh Stoltz, will be the night that you're going to break through and perhaps get up to the podium and maybe even get a victory?
I think probably with street stocks, would be my best bet. The super late model, I'm not too confident with here, but I mean, no one really knows how that's going to race yet because we haven't even. I mean, I don't think most people have tested it. But I think tonight with this car here would probably be my best bet as long as I can keep it clean.
Certainly keeping it clean is the name of the game. We've been seeing you every week, week in with week out. So we've been seeing you, of course, learning these drivers, and you were involved with the fight with Jack Painter for what could have been the championship deciding point. It turns out bonus points made the championship battle a little different. You were there at the end in the upper mid pack. You think that running the inside line, of course, is going to be key. I think you'll have to stay that. Apologies, going to rephrase it. You think you'll be able to stay clean on that preferred line and perhaps get a shot very late into the event?
I think, yeah, the inside line is like the dominant line for here, but it is possible to make the outside work if the inside keeps stacking up. But it's 100 laps, so pretty much anything can happen. Absolutely. So and then also people are, I know it's going to be a lot of shoving in this race because these cars are much larger than the Legends, and it's just you actually are able to give someone a bumper.
Right about that, it is going to be a little bit of a challenge compared to the Legends when it comes to the bumper being maybe too much of an issue. The Legends very quick to tap out, but it's 100 laps. Do you think that fuel strategy and tire strategy will come into play?
I don't think fuel will be that big of a problem, but tires most likely will. But that's solely if people keep spinning out or just like pretty much driving it too much off of the right front or too much off the right rear.
Certainly going to be tires to play. Of course, no banking. The way you explained it, I think that is the way that all these drivers are going to be looking at it. Sitting 11th right now, but only so many laps, 62 to be exact, actually. And I think you got few more in you. We got 8 minutes remaining and hope to see you do well in this event. It's Josh Stoltz currently in this event in 11th. Going to certainly be looking for more. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
That is the driver of the 199 machine. It's great to interview these guys for the first time. Of course, we're going to be going through a few more drivers, trying to find the ones that we can get to right now as we're going to be continuing to look around the racetrack and see who's trying to go for fast laps. We're going to be going to the 12 machine of Marty Farrell, unfortunately still on pit road. And we're going to still be following around the cycle of the racetrack to see some more guys in the event. We're going to go to the 12 machine to see what is up with him. It's Marty Farrell in the 12. So far, 10th on the charts. Think you'll be looking for more as this night goes on?
Oh, definitely for sure. Even though half these times aren't real, we're going to keep her clean and hope to see what happens at the end there.
Absolutely. It is all about keeping it clean in 100 laps. What is your game plan when it comes to keeping yourself clean in this event?
Trying to get run over, because that's going to be the main issue tonight.
Right about that, running people over. It is a street stock, much bigger than the Legends cars. Do you think that is going to come into play as the night goes on?
Oh, definitely for sure. You have more fenders, not going to kill yourself getting hit, so you'll be able to lean on each other a little bit more.
Right about that. It is going to be a big game of leaning on, and we've been talking with a lot of these drivers about who is aware of the inside line being the preferred one, and it looks like every single driver is. Of course, the inside line prevailed so well in the Legends race, and do you think that is the move for this Street Stocks event?
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. There's no grip outside that second lane, outside of restarts, so you have to get in that low line or not going anywhere.
Right about that, the low line, it is looking like the way to go. And what do you think you're going to be doing for the first half of the race? Are you going to play conservatively or just let things play out around you and decide from there?
I'll let it play out. I'm not going to try and force any issues at the beginning and then see what happens, maybe a couple of wreck outs, and we'll go from there.
That's the game plan, just to see what goes on. And you've ran just about 58 laps so far. You'll be looking for more, I presume, with 5 minutes remaining. We thank you for your time. Once again, Marty Farrell, been seeing you from the E-Mods to this series. On the final night, we hope to see you go all the way. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Gone through almost every single driver except for one, and it is the driver of the 97 machine. That is the one of the Dale Jarrett inspired machine. It's Jack Painter, and you are looking for yet another good finish tonight. 6 so far. What's the game plan to get further and further throughout the event?
Well, actually, I will not be racing anymore tonight. Like the plan was always to off-track street stocks, and then I was supposed to have I think CJ come in and off-track super lates, but he had to call out and do something else. So I'm going to be off-tracking super lates as well. So unfortunately, I'm done racing tonight. But definitely, kind of heard a few people say earlier, like you need to just kind of rip the bottom as well as you can. Maybe get that paint grip there off the corner. And especially with these, maybe use the bumper a little bit because the cars can take it. So I expect we'll see a bit more of that this race compared to last race in the Legends, and definitely not next race with the super lates. But I expect this one to be the most physical of the night for people trying to move forward.
Right about that, it is the inside line, the way to rip it through. And we saw you in the Legends event. What was the game plan there? Because you were making a late race charge and almost had it up to the podium places. What fell apart at the end of it?
I just got caught back there. I mean, that was just a complete mistake on my part, spinning out there, and then it's just so hard to pass and make up time there. Like I was lucky to get as far as back towards the front as I did. It was just super hard to pass. I just ran out of laps. Like I needed a few more cautions to have something happen, and it just never did. And I just ran out of laps there. And that's ultimately what cost me the championship there, because I came with a 2-point lead and lost by 4 points. So there you go. But I mean, I still had fun. Congrats to Braden for winning it. Great racing all year long. It was super fun.
Certainly a great battle between you two. Braden Movick, of course, going for a few more championships tonight, and he's going to be out there with multiple drivers trying to contend for it. We're going to see that battle, and of course you're going to be off track admitting for it. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to race, but we thank you for stopping by and providing your feedback for the night. Thank you for your time, and hope it all goes well.
Yeah, thank you.
Dragging back in, and that is the entirety of the OSRL roster we've gone through, with the exception of one driver, and that driver is still making laps right now. That is Jacob Case, who has himself deafened and only appears to undeafen himself once every few minutes or so, so I don't think we're going to be able to get lucky with him. And that is our entire field interviewed. We're going to hopefully do that for the super late model event. As it stands right now, we'll just be waiting. 2 minutes and 14 seconds remain for all these drivers to get back into the swing of things. It looks like we're going to have a 10-car field, as the driver of the 97 machine going to have to step out for the remainder of the night. Scotty Smith flings it into the outside wall, and that is Braden Movick back on his way. Movick is in a close battle for the top spot. It is Ethan Stanley in second and Antonio Mancini in third, as Movick going to spin it around. There he goes, 42 machine back on. You can see the rotors are glowing there. It is nighttime in Los Angeles, and this 100-lap event is just about to get started. But don't wait up, because we're going to see some qualifying action soon. The quickest laps these guys are going to be able to set an individual track. It is all going to be worthwhile. This is practically what's going to determine how these guys can finish, because this is a very narrow track pass and going to be an absolute challenge. It's going to take the best of them to work their way back up in the case of an incident. Harley Payne not on the track, Scotty Smith not either. We do have multiple drivers off the track, but it's certain that these guys are going to be able to get back on, and we're going to see a very good event at the end of the day. Movick going to get into the quarter panel tap. Now going to burn it down with less than a minute remaining. From Stanley, Antonio Mancini on pit road. We only have one driver appearing to be on the track right now. That is Triffin Davis in the 16, and we haven't gotten a comment from him, but it does not appear to be in the voice chat. We're not able to get a comment from him. That is unfortunate, but 60 Machine still making waves here. He is currently in the 5th position. Just about a second off of the leader of Braden Muffick with 33 seconds to go. This is going to be one of the final opportunities that the driver of the 16 machine gets. Let's see whether or not he can take it. Car still making his way through. And this is the final 15 seconds before we get to qualifying for the second event of the night. It's 9:03, and this is when the event was supposed to start. The street stocks were, so we have cut down on that time big time. 66 laps are over for Braden Muffick. He is the winner of this practice session. Now let's see if we can get it done in qualifying before our 100-lap event feature for the street stocks. It's going to be a fun one to watch for the driver of the 42. He is making waves. He's going to wreck it. It's time for qualifying at Los Angeles. Qualifying loading up. The drivers are currently getting onto the track. Braden Muffick going to be one of the first. He is on his way for 2 laps that are going to count. Some of these guys have been getting more in the hopes to make more practice. That was a timing screen that just showed up on your screen there. Apologies for that. That is a timing and scoring, not necessarily an error, but the software error there, as the timing and scoring shows that Ethan Stanley is currently at the top of the charts after his first 2 laps. Marty Farrell done as well. Trippin Davis is. Scotty Smith, but Braden Muffick going to take it all the way. He is now up to a 14.042. Might be able to get down to the sub 14 if he had one more lap, but he does not have one more lap. It's already Muffick, Stanley, Scotty Smith, Marty Farrell, Trippin Davis, Harley Payne, and Jamil Hawkins, who is still on the racetrack. Looks to be backing it down, as Josh Stoltz is as well. It comes down to Jacob Case, who is making his first lap right now. Will he be able to get a good one? We're going to have to find out and see. He's on the back straightaway for his first. Will Antonio Mancini in a similar position, but now going into his first. Case going to put 1 on the board, and that's going to send him all the way up to 3rd. A very impressive lap there for the driver of the 25. Will Antonio Mancini trying to get his first done. And he is close to the inside line. Maybe not close enough. We're going to find out. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough. That's going to send him into 7th position, while Jacob Case is in 3rd. Mancini's got 1 more lap in him. Will it work out for him? We're going to find out. And coming to the line once again, it's going to be Antonio Mancini sitting in 7th position. That is our qualifying session, a very quick one. And all 10 drivers and the 1 race control have concluded the qualifying session. There is no other driver who is going to be able to go out. And it appears qualifying has not been skipped yet. And now it has. So we're going to be wrapping up our tickers and getting to the timing charts for our starting grid. The iRacing pace car on the right-hand side of your screen as the drivers are going to begin to load up right now. Doesn't look like any are on so far, but we are gridding from Los Angeles, and Braden Muffick is on. He is the first of which on the grid. Going to apply the camera right now, and you can see the 42 machine is there. And how about we take a look at our starting grid for tonight's event, and we're going to be looking at the 42 machine, who gets it done with a 14.042, the quickest lap in the session so far, followed by Ethan Stanley's 14.090. Then it's going to be Jacob Case with a 14.195, and Scotty Smith's 14.229 in 4th position. And then Marty Farrell and Trippin Davis in 5th and 6th, while Antonio Mancini and Harley Payne are 7th and 8th. Jamil Hawkins and Josh Stoltz are 9th and 10th. And the final driver is Jack Painter, not going to be making his start tonight due to off-track admin obligations. An unfortunate scenario for him following a pretty good run there. He made a comeback from what could have been a dismal result at the Legends event, but that is the end of his night due to CJ Nemens, unfortunately, not able to make it back for this race, the Super Late Models race to be exact as well. And now you can see the gleaming colors of that McDonald's machine in action once again, painted by Tyler Tinsley. He is the token designer of the Enter Night in America community. He makes the best schemes that most people would deem the best schemes to be exact. The 91 of Ethan Stanley is just beside him. Rookie stripes, but he's not putting up a performance of a rookie. He is in second position on the qualifying grid so far, but being on the outside line is quite the disadvantage. The iRacing pace car just in front of both of them. It is an unbadged machine, but we all know that iRacing sedan is going to pull in, and the racing is going to begin as soon as it does. But without further ado, we're going to be getting to racing right about now. The DoorDash pit road, the pace car is pulled in, and for the second time tonight, we're green for the first time, and Brayden Movick's going to lead him off there with the 42 machine, taking a clear and away advantage. Jacob K is going to be on the inside line, going to be able to make a good one so far. Ethan Stanley on the outside line. How about that? He's holding on. Will he be able to clear? It looks like he is. Here's a wide angle shot of the majority of the field. You're going to see him more in the corners as Brayden Movick leads into the second lap. Jamil Hawkins going to be getting onto the track right now. Looks like he missed the start for some odd reason. That is what happens when a pit road start disadvantages you that much. One lap down already. Wow. The 42 machine leading far and away, so we have a battle in the mid-pack. It's Marty Farrell and Scotty Smith, while Trippin Davis watches. How about we go on board with 16? And telemetry is up. You can see that that is the 16 machine's point of view. The rear view mirror as well. These two in front seems to be getting clear and away with no incidents so far. The Roanoke College machine making a good defensive line on the driver of the 12, but Marty Farrell seems to have some good speed as these two go side by side. Farrell going to try to cross over to the outside. Will it work out? We're going to find out. Here's the left front camera view. Look at how close they get to the inside wall. Look at how close Trippin Davis gets to the inside wall. Lap 6 of 100 already, and we just started just about 1 minute ago. 1 minute and a half, I believe. These three cars in the mid-pack are making a good rounds of it. It's the 23, 12, and the 16. While the battle for the lead is not heating up so far, or is it? Ethan Stanley now almost at the bumper of Brayden Movick. And remember that Brayden Movick is fighting for a championship with Josh Stoltz. Stoltz is up to 7th position, but it looks like at the moment, Movick has it made once again. Josh Stoltz might have to pick up the pace. But as it stands, he is battling hard for position. Trippin Davis is in front by a long shot. So he might be just biding his time, making sure that the car does not get destroyed by the halfway point. It's lap 10 of 100, and at Los Angeles, this might be the cleanest race I have seen yet. We're a 10th of the way through. 10 laps have been completed. We are making some good rounds of it. Side by side for the lead now. Stanley to the inside of Brayden Movick for the first time. Will Stanley lead a lap for the first time in his OSRL Short Track Showdown career? Not going to happen that time by. He is still there on the inside line, and Movick has nothing to say about it. This is like the battle, I believe, at Hickory. These three, him, Movick, and Parker White went at it. That was a great night of racing. And look at these guys. They're beating and banging hard right now, but these are durable machines. They'll take it. They'll take it. It's the 91 still trying to make something happen with a 42 machine. It almost tipped around. Jacob Case, zero patience. That 25 machine, and he's going to get around for second position right now. Ethan Stanley not wanting to use the bumper, so he will be pretty upset about that, but he is still going to race as clean as he can. Case taking away the position from Stanley and taking away the chance at getting the lead. Movick looking clear and away again as the leader. Lap 14 of 100 laps in this event. Wow. How about a close battle on the racetrack? It's Scotty Smith and Trippin Davis. Smith going to go to the inside line. Again, the Roanoke College machine getting a little bit of a beat and a bang, but Trippin Davis has the automatic advantage on the outside with momentum. Looks like Smith has a little bit of damage to boot. So, wow. How about that? That is getting up the pass. Davis is on his way. Not good for the driver, the 199, who actually is making it up there. This is a very important time for Scotty Smith to realize that he has two drivers, one fight for the championship in front of him, and it's an important time for Josh Stoltz. Realize it is time to push. We're almost a fifth of the way through this event, and we have not seen one caution yet. That is a pretty impressive pace so far. These guys are keeping it clean and green. Here is the blimp camera for the entire racetrack. You can see every single car is spread out. The entire racetrack in one shot. A quarter-mile racetrack akin to those of the local scene, my local racetrack, Riverhead Raceway, a quarter-mile track in itself. And unlike Riverhead Raceway and most quarter-mile tracks, there's almost no banking. It is about a 4-degree radius. So a lot different there. It comes down to getting to the inside line and not shredding your tire while you're at it. To be quick here, as Stanley and Jacob Case are still battling at it. to see almost the entire field at once in this perspective. This is the Los Angeles Coliseum, not famous necessarily for NASCAR, but making a new era, a new charge with NASCAR, and they're hoping to debut in a NASCAR Electric Series. This is real news. NASCAR is hoping to exhibit an electric series for the first time at the Los Angeles Coliseum in February of next year, with cars that are akin to the types of the next-gen car is, with up to 1,000 horsepower, and perhaps this is a what-if situation, but they have been looking at SUV bodies as perhaps being the way to go for their electric series, and I personally speculated that 2 years ago, so it will be exciting to see that the Los Angeles Coliseum continues to be the way to go when it comes to speculation and new developments. This track, brand new, introduced itself this year. Braden Movick driving it though like a veteran, 24 laps through. We're almost a quarter of the way through this race, and we started just about 5 minutes ago. 42 machine making good use of it. It looks like Ethan Stanley now has a battle on his hands. It is Jacob Case, and these two are the closest on the racetrack at the moment. Here's the rear view camera from Ethan Stanley in the battle for second. You can see how exceptionally quick these machines are. They're still in the 14.4 range, the best lap in this event. When it comes to the racing conditions, is going to go down to the driver of the number 42 machine of Braden Movick with a 14.131 first wreck. It's Antonio Mancini, 1 lap down. Still on the racetrack. We are 29 laps through, and that is how long it took to get to our first yellow. Almost a third of the way through the race without a yellow. That is impressive. We're going to get a 30-second replay on the clock, rewind it back. And this is what happened to the 92 as he was being lapped by Braden Movick. Movick. Oh, he got impatient there. Wow. That was as clear as day, and Mancini's not going to be happy about that. He's going to be sent to last. Jamil Hawkins just gets by. And Hawkins' telemetry not working due to the fact that he showed up to the race late. He is still here. Still working at it. He is in 9th now as Antonio Mancini goes down to 10th, getting his lap back at the moment. Braden Movick. He had to use that nose as best as he could. How about that? 42 car still trying to make something happen. Under yellow, getting very close to the pace car. Of course, no collision for the pace car, but still awfully close. See right there, the iRacing pace car leading these guys through. We get multiple pace cars on the iRacing service. Last race we saw a truck. This time we see an unbadged sedan, but sometimes we do see a Ford Mustang akin to the racing cars of the NASCAR Cup Series, and these cars are a part of the NASCAR Cup Series ladder. If you join iRacing right now using the referral code in the description and using the code PR-HOTLAPS, PR-HOTLAPS, HOTLAPS, you'll be able to enjoy the street stocks and multiple other members, or rather pieces of content alongside other members, for a price of $5 for 3 months of service. You'll be able to access the NASCAR ladder of cars, the Legends, the Street Stocks, the Super Late Models, the Xfinity Series, the Truck Series, and the Cup Series, and multiple generations of which, all by using the link in the description. It supports us, and we hope to support you. We love to see all of our viewers stopping by, getting more informed about racing, although I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know a lot about racing, a lot that maybe even I don't know. But either way, I love to see the support, and I thank every single one of you. We're going to be getting back to green for the first time. It is the first restart of the night. We are green again, and Braden Movick's going to get an amazing start, and Jacob Case in second position, not able to make anything of it. Ethan Stanley is going to try to go on the outside line, not able to make anything happen right now. Case is still fighting hard. Trevor Davis in fourth position, still trying to make something happen. Josh Stoltz is now in eighth position, going double passing on Marty Farrell and Harley Payne. Getting a little bit of a lightning round there as all these drivers are making it work right now. It is Braden Murray back again at the front of the pack. Jacob Case is in second, and Stanley getting pushed to the wayside. And Scotty Smith, pressure for the driver who is still contending for the lead. And that is the driver of the 199 machine, not necessarily the lead of the race, but the lead for the championship. How about that? One out of 9 of Stoltz watching as all these battles go down. How about we go on board with a roll bar camera, with a gyro camera, to see the very slight degrees of banking that all these guys are facing alongside the battles for position. Right now, you can see grazing the wall. That is Josh Stoltz. And as the driver of this 199 machine, still trying to make it work, as Scotty Smith is just in front of him, just about a half of a second's difference. So Stoltz trying to make it happen. Braden Murray in the 42 machine, getting some pressure from Jacob Case. As Trippin Davis is now in the fight right now in third position. Whoa, big squirrely move there, and now Jacob Case is going to go for the lead. Braden Murray making his first mistake of the night. It only took him 93 combined laps to make one mistake, and Case is going to be swerved around. Ethan Stanley's going to go 3 wide for the lead. This is not going to end well, is it? No, Trippin Davis is going to get the lead. That is 4 lead changes in the lap. Murray's going to... Are they going to save it?
The yellow flag is
Yes!
out.
Yes, they are, but that is a caution, and everyone's getting mad at each other now. Manual caution, and wow. Murray gonna set it in on Case. Tempers are beginning to flare. And look at that, Josh Stoltz right next to Braden Murray. What's gonna happen now? We're gonna find out. But wow, look at that. We're gonna go back on that lap in half speed to see the final minute of racing we just saw there in a half speed condition to break it all down for you. Griffin Davis in third, watching it happen. You see diving to the inside line, Case there, and oh, Murray, he keeps it saved, he keeps it together, just didn't let anything happen to that car, so he's still doing good. Case there, goes to the inside line. Down he goes. Murray does. Tries to put a move back on. And oh, really moves Jacob. And Ethan Stanley goes to the middle with a push from Trippin Davis. An incredible move here by Davis. He knows what he's doing. Pushes Stanley in. Everyone gets squirrely. And Davis makes it clear and away back to the front of the racetrack. That was an incredibly calculated move by a former champion, driving like a champion again, and Stanley pushes himself in on Case as Murray moves Case, and it looks like Stanley's going to go around, and this is when a caution is called. No one, though, goes around, but you can see Murray is obviously frustrated. I think we're going to get some choice words from him after the end of this race, and after the end of this broadcast. Sends it in on Case. Wow. Not angry with Ethan Stanley, even though Stanley was in the thick of it. And of course, you can't be angry at the driver who played it clean and played it consistent. That is Trippin Davis, your current leader. Wow, how about that? Now, Trippin Davis going to have to hold off the pack, and it is championship. Tempers flaring. Braden Murray looks like he got descent all the way back. He is behind Josh Stoltz. He's going to make a warpath Now we're going to be watching it from
Green flag, green flag.
Tower Cam. It is green again, led by Driving Davis for the first time. And it looks like Jamil Hawkins is going to be sent around. We do not get a caution yet. Nothing. No caution. Lap 50. We are at the halfway point, and Braden Muffy is on a
Yellow
warpath.
flag is out.
That warpath has created its first casualty. Caution is out. Instant replay on the matter. You see Jamil Hawkins goes around. No yellow, but hey, that is what happens sometimes in racing, but this is when we get the caution. Muvik sends it in immediately on Harley Payne. Not going to be happy with that. The 62 is. Mancini barely avoids it and gets around on the outside. Clean driving from him. Calm, collected. Braden Muvik might not be exhibiting those same thoughts, but he certainly is looking for more and more position. Time goes on. Payne going to pay him a visit. Just gives him a little tap. He's on his way. And Muvik pulling into pit road. Driving Davis still leads. Only just about a lap or so of racing there. We're going to be getting back at it very soon. '16 machine got it all the way up front. Server-sided lag there. Apologies for that, but Driving Davis really playing his cards right so far to make a 4-wide almost move at Los Angeles to get the lead from 4th to 1st in a single lap. A very impressive driving from the 16 machine, and that is the drive of a champion, to say the least. He is an OSRL Cup Series champion. I've had the pleasure of racing him myself, and I've had the pleasure of watching him race for all of this time. We've been watching him for just about over a few months now, maybe 3 or 4 when it comes to the E-Mod's beginning and the beginning of the Short Track Showdown. Looks like no drivers are on the track, but that is just a little bit of a lag issue. We're going to be continuing to watch the event as it goes on. Nothing seems to be going on otherwise, and we are still watching as it looks like a few more blinks as the server is settling itself in. This time by, it's going to be 1 lap to green. Let's see who can get it done. Jacob Case on the outside, the hard charger. Look at Josh Stoltz in 3rd position. He was a very low qualifier on the grid. He was down in the lower mid-pack. And look at this now. He is all the way up there and doing a great job while he is at it. He is in 3rd. Let's see what he can do now. Pace car is down the DoorDash pit lane once again, and we are going to be green once again. This is the 3rd time, and look at that, a blinding start there by Driving Davis. And the 25 of Jacob Case going to try to make a move there. It's a little bit of lag is still going on throughout the server, and we're still going to be trying to fix that as the night goes on. We apologize for the slight inconvenience, but the stream is still going, and the race is as well. This is a side-by-side battle for 2nd, and Josh Stoltz, he might just have the championship lead now because of this. Look at him go. Looks like we have a little bit of rubbing and bumping in the back of the back. Braden Muvik up to 5th. As everyone is still going at it right now. But looks like Josh Stoltz holding his own in 2nd. Case is going to get into the outside wall on his own merit. That was not caused by another driver. And look at this. He is still going, and he's got a little bit of a train going. Shades of Fernando Alonso at Monaco. As Driving Davis is running away with the victory so far. But the victory is not what matters. It matters the points. And Jacob Case now getting a little more impatient, a little more frustrated each time by. Look at this. Case now to the inside. Barely he is going to clear Stoltz. And this is going to be detrimental to his championship battle. He's going to have to try to get back into the tow immediately. Slides in. Marty Farrell. Oh! Stoltz is going to turn Jacob Case. And we're going to have another caution. And that was as clear as daylight. How about that for the driver? 199 machine yet again involved in an incident. A little bit of a lag issue there. Once again, we're going to be trying to solve that behind the scenes. It's getting a little bit worse, so we are going to, unfortunately, have to work on the stream, as it appears that might be the issue at the moment. We apologize for the inconvenience. We will be making sure that it does not affect the remainder of this stream. A lot of blinking going on throughout this event. Here, not in control of, and it looks like everything is clearing itself up right now. That is the case. A little bit of less blinking. Next-Gen machine, Trevor Davis still leading the way. Still a little bit of lag there. Sorting itself out. Lap 64 of 100. As Trevor Davis is putting together the drive of a champion so far. An impressive run. Very calm, very collected. And hopefully it persists for the remainder of the event. Still a little bit of blinking there, but the server still trying to sort it out. We apologize for the inconvenience. It's Braden Mubbick getting a little bit side by side there with the leader of this event. Eva Rivera in the chat. We thank you for stopping by, and always great to see new faces in the chat room. Of course, seeing more and more people joining these streams, and see you more often. If you do enjoy the content, be sure to like and subscribe. It's always greatly appreciated on the Fireball Tux NASCAR YouTube channel. Lap 66 of 100. Let's get back to the racing very soon. The blinking seems to have solved itself. How about this? We're going to go back to green. Once again, we're going to be going. Trevor Davis going to lead the way once again. And look at that big stack up. Big stack up to be exact right there. And Mubbick going to go down to the inside line. It is now a little bit more of temper flaring time. The 23 machine of Scotty Smith dives down to the inside of Braden Mubbick. Almost no room. That's a little bit more impressive than it is dangerous for a driver. Wow. How about that? 23 machine of Smith. Fighting hard with Antonio Mancini. Look at this, once again, getting to the bumper as Ethan Stanley now is scored as our leader, but that seems to be timing and scoring error. We're going to close the ticker and reopen it to make sure that everything is still solved out. We apologize for the inconvenience once again, but it appears that is how it is continuing to look as it's lap 70 of 100. Timing and scoring appears to be unchanged no matter what. We're going to try to refresh it to make sure that is not the case, and we apologize. Something has just popped up on the screen. We are still going underway. No matter what, it is going to be a fun one to watch from here. No matter how the timing and scoring is going to read, it is the battle between Ethan Stanley and Braden Mubbick for second, while Trevor Davis still leads the way in first. Braden Mubbick's last lap, a 17.038. And he said, hey, what's up, hello, to the driver of the 16 as we have a caution on the racetrack. And let's see who it is from. It might be from a driver like Scotty Smith and Marty Farrell. Whoa, very, very close to leader. Wow, that was intense. And incredible reflexes there by Trevor Davis to avoid it. Davis avoiding it, getting very, very lucky. Wow, Harley Payne involved. Almost hitting the leader. Very close for all of these guys. Car back on its way. All the drivers lined up again. It looks like now the timing and scoring has settled slightly, although the ticker is still not reflective of it. I'm trying to make sure that that continues to solve itself. But in the meantime, as it doesn't, we are 3/4 of the way through this event. And we apologize for the minor inconvenience. We hope that it will not persist. It's a short intermission under caution, and I'm going to keep you updated with the race as it stands. This does happen when internet issues occur with iRacing, and do not be afraid. We will be back as soon as possible, and we are going to keep you updated. It is still Trippin Davis leading following an incident involving Harley Payne and the driver of the 23, Scotty Smith. So, not miss anything on the racetrack. We are still under yellow with 2 laps to green. As, Davis is going to get it from Braden Movick. That was a bumper-to-bumper moment there under yellow. It looks like every single driver has just disappeared from the screen. Not sure what is going on, but they are back now. I think that might have been due to the application of the reapplication of the timing and scoring to make sure that every single one of you have an accurate viewing experience. Thank every single one of you for waiting for that short moment to solve itself. We are going to be getting back to the action as soon as we can. Now it is 1 lap to green. Everything has been entered. We are back at it. Lap 78 of 100, and this is the accurate timing and scoring. We apologize for having to take it off for a quick moment, but I want to make sure that every single one of you has an amazing viewing experience at home. The privilege of being able to watch this with all the monitors and information is, of course, something that I'm not necessarily accustomed to when it comes to being a viewer, but here we go. You got all the information you need. As Trippin Davis is going to make a blinding start again. Stanley's going to hold the quarter panel. He is doing pretty good with it. 91 machine holding his own there. The 42 is just behind him. Or rather, now just beside him. Look at that. The 91 fighting for second now with the 42 as Josh Stoltz has fallen back the pylon. And he is getting some... Whoa! Big slide by Jacob Case. And he's going to take out Jamil Hawkins. And Mancini's around. Multiple incidents in one moment. We're going to send it to the blimp camera to try to get every single one of them caught up live. Wow. We're going to send it back about 30 seconds. A little bit of a far angle, but we are going to send it down to the chopper camera to see what just happened. Jamil Hawkins in the middle of this, and we're going to be watching from him. Oh, he sends Mancini. Mancini loses it as a result. No other contact. Wow. Multiple incidents caused by one shunt there as Case gets into Hawkins, and he gets into Mancini. Race, lap 82 of 100 so far. We were still a few minutes ahead of schedule, now 26 to be exact, as Trippin Davis still leads the way. Team machine just in front of Ethan Stanley. Braden Movick in the 42 car. Scotty Smith in the Pontiac. He is in 4th now, and Josh Stoltz appears to be back up to 5th, getting closer and closer to his championship rival of Braden Movick. A few laps time before we get back to the action. Getting to the choose rule section of the track normally now. We're just going to order it up double file. It is back again to 1 to green before the race begins. Once again, of course, not beginning for the first time, but a restart we have been waiting for. A few cautions within the last few laps. Let's see if we can get a final green flag stint. Car leading after that incredible move. Ethan Stanley trying to put some pressure down on the 91. Can he make it happen? We're going to find out. Car.
Green flag, green flag.
Once again, an amazing start. Look at that. Trippin Davis leads the way there. 91 car. Going to see as Josh Stoltz has a little bit of damage. He just got tagged into the wall. Antonio Mancini is trying to make a hard hunt as Davis still leads him through. Ethan Stanley in 2nd, and Braden Movick is now going to go for 2nd in a battle for 2nd involving Scotty Smith as well. It's a 3-car gaggle for the 2nd spot of the podium, and the final fight for the podium as it's 2nd to 4th, battling for 2nd. Davis 13 laps to go for him. He's making an impressive run of it. A little bit of a shock run, to be honest. We saw him in the middle of the pack doing pretty good, but now he is up there all the way. He is all the way out front, in front of even Braden Mubbock. Looks to be the shoo-in for the championship unless Josh Stoltz can make a few more positions out of it. As you can see, the side-by-side battle in front of him. Let's see what he sees right now. Very close right now to the podium positions. He is watching as a side-by-side battle slows them both down. Scotty Smith going to be passed right there for fourth. The 23 machine going to get it into the wall there as Stoltz is going to go for fourth. Once again, Josh Stoltz is, and he is making a good run of it with 6 laps to go. Ethan Stanley just in front in third. This is deciding the championship, whether or not he can make that position, I believe, according to the points entering this event. Trippin Davis is fighting hard with Antonio Mancini. Car. Now on the outside line, this is the battle for the lead with 4 laps to go. The final battle in the Street Stock Series of the OSRL Short Track Showdown. The intensity is picking up, and the 42 is working it as hard as ever. Mancini behind. Might be a distraction for Ethan Stanley, but 3 laps to go, and Trippin Davis is holding on as hard as he can on the outside line. Davis might have to let the 42 go. We're going to see 2 laps to go again. They're side by side still. Davis is going to lean hard on Mubbock. Going down the backstretch. 3 laps to go. It's just been extended. We have a caution, and I think it's Jamil Hawkins. Yes, it is. We're going to get an instant replay. Looks like Hawkins self-spun it. Oh, just gets on the Scotty Smith there, and nothing can be done. Just waiting for the leaders to go by. Then he can go back onto the racing condition. He is back onto the racetrack, but he is in 10th. 1 lap down. Car, Marty Farrell just in front. Jacob Case in the 25 is as well, but Josh Stoltz now in the best position he's been since the midpoint of the race. 99 car. Stoltz. He is in 4th for the first time in quite a while, and for reference, he started in the 10th position. He's made it all the way up from last to 4th, and he'd make 2 more positions on Braden Mubbock. We will find out as the final dash begins. car. Griffin Davis still leading the way. Braden Mubbock almost got him, but that is not going to happen on his watch at the very least. The inside. Ben and Jerry's car. Trying to get a sweet look at victory. Ice cream sponsorship on his side. Brady Mummick certainly loving the performance he had in the McDonald's machine. Let's see what he's got. Green flag again, and this is the final time. Perhaps it's going to be a 2-lap shootout between Triffin Davis and Braden Mummick. Braden Mummick going to block Ethan Stanley high and dry. They're 3 wide for third position right now. Stoltz going to get the worst of it, and Harley Payne is going to turn himself in. I think we're going to have another yellow.
The yellow flag is out.
Yes, we are. Payne, how about that? Machine back on the 62 car it is. We're going to send it back a minute. See the entire restart unfold. Actually, that might be just a little too early. You can see 3 wide there. Down we go. 62 does. Jacob Case makes a good move of it. Josh Stoltz doesn't get too much damage, and he is back on his way. Car Triffin Davis leading once again. He's now going to have to go through yet another final shootout. He was looking pretty good at the start of the last one. Can he hold on? We're going to find out. Davis, unfortunately, not in the voice chat, so we're not going to be able to hear his thoughts. It's going to be great to see him in victory lane if he gets it done. Brady Mummick, though, looking for back-to-back victories.
Green flag, green flag.
And we are green. Apologies there. Looks like that was a little mistake on my part. They're 3 wide for second position. And oh, Josh Stoltz going to be turned. We're going to have yet another yellow.
The yellow flag is out.
And he just rode another car. This might just be detrimental to his championship chances. I apologize for not picking this up earlier. But Stoltz must be angry, and those Hoosier tires are glowing. We're going to send it back 30 seconds again. See battling there, and he just gets turned by Jacob Case. Perhaps not necessarily revenge. Jacob Case got through last time. He sends Stoltz all the way back to 9th position from 4th. Wow. Yet another major shakeup. 111 laps now. And we are not into the overtime section when it comes to the timing of this event. We are over the time allotted. We are 11 laps ahead of what we should have had at the conclusion. car. 16 car, Triffin Davis leading it over Ethan Stanley now. Mulvick going to be sent back to 3rd. Mulvick going down to the rumble strips there, close to the DoorDash pit lane. And we are going to be going once again to the 1 lap to green condition. Let's hope this time we're going to keep it green, because we don't. We're going to see yet another caution, and tempers are going to continue to flare. Josh Stoltz now back into 10th position. His championship run not over, but he's going to need a miracle. Braden Mulvick in 3rd, so he doesn't have too much leverage at the moment. As they get to the white flag, all hell might just break loose. iRacing, pace car down for the hopefully final time, and we are green again. And Jamil Hawkins is in 4th position. How about that? He is a debutant, and he is up there as Davis gets an amazing start, and we're going to be watching from the TV camera, as it looks like everyone's going to make it clear this time by. And that is the case, or Is it? It looks like it is. And we are going to be going to the 1 lap to go condition. Muvik is in 3rd, Stoltz in 9th. That might just determine the championship as it stands, but it all comes down to this. One final stand. Stanley going to finish 2nd again. The bridesmaid. Davis is going to win, and he almost wrecked himself at the line. Engine blown. Wrecks. And a car thrown. It's Driven Davis. A former champion driving like he just won it. Amazing. Driven Davis, ever the driver, and a pleasure to see him doing well. I think that car just blew up. And an amazing effort there from Driven. Everyone most likely shocked after that event concluded, because that was quite the one to watch. At the end of the day, it all goes down to the 16 car, who ended celebration pretty early, and we're trying to get an interview from the driver, who is our winner. It looks like at the moment, though, he is not in the voice chats. And unfortunately, I think we're going to have to go to the driver who finished 2nd, and yet again, oh so close for the driver of the 91 machine, Ethan Stanley. Just had one last lunge in it. Think with one more lap he would have gotten it done?
No, he was really quick at the end there, and I just couldn't get the run on him.
Absolutely right about that. He was very quick towards the end especially, but getting up there, and it looked like a chaotic last few restarts. Were you worried at all that you were going to be part of those mid-pack wrecks?
Not really. I knew Muvik wasn't going to turn me or anything, and yeah, as long as I was in the top 3, I think I was pretty safe.
Certainly stayed in the top 3 for the majority of the race, but saw some challengers in throughout the entirety of the race. Was there any moment where you were thinking you were going to be sent to the back? Because that looks like how multiple drivers, including the driver of the 199, Josh Stoltz, lost their chance of perhaps a championship.
No, I mean, I was running pretty good. I don't think I was going to get like turned or sent to the back or anything. I think I was doing pretty good, and definitely had the pace, but you know, Davis just got it done at the end there.
Certainly got it done, but we still have one more race to go, and that is the super late models, and I presume we're going to see you back. And when we do you think you still have a chance after 2 consecutive second-place finishes?
Who knows? Who knows if I'll be good in the super lates or not? Just all up to how the track feels for me. But yeah, we'll see.
Absolutely coming down to the track. Los Angeles treating you well so far. Double second-place finishes, and I believe the highest cumulative average finish of any driver so far in this night. Thank you for your time. It's Ethan Stanley, the number 91.
Yeah, thank you.
How about the driver in 3rd position? And I believe following that performance, you are the champion, unless another point-scoring determining factor didn't go your way. Brady Muvik, another podium placing. How do you feel after this event?
Well, I feel really good because I'm the champion again. So, yeah, that's pretty good. I had like a 20-something point lead before the race, and I finished 3rd. So, I locked it up. But, yeah, I mean, double champion's kind of cool, and I have a decent lead going into the SLM one. So, I think I might have a chance at all 4.
How about that? Trying to go all the way. A few drivers, of course, still in contention for that, but you've been wrapping it up pretty well so far. Amazing speed throughout the night, but it looks like a little bit of a reckless driving throughout the entire field from, I'm going to say everyone, I'm not saying you in particular, but we saw a lot of incidents. And were you ever worried at one point that all of those incidents were going to result in you being sent to the back?
Yeah, well, one of them did, because I got absolutely bodied by Jacob Case on one of the restarts, because he can't handle being side-by-side for more than a lap. He showed it last week, and he just showed it in the last race. So, I mean, I hope that admins have a short leash for him on the next, for the super late model race, because he was driving like an absolute wrecking ball. But, I don't know, man. Me and Triffin, we were door to door for the last 10 laps of the race, and then we were gonna have a barn burner of a finish, and then just a caution came out, which is kind of unfortunate. Kind of cost me P2, but hey, whatever. Champion again, kind of cool.
Absolutely, back-to-back champion. Just got it done with the Legends, and now getting it done again with the Street Stocks. You think you got a good shot at the overall?
I think I may have locked it up, but I'm not too sure if I have. But well, only one way to find out. So I'd hope to be talking to you as a three-way champion after the SLM race.
Absolutely, we're going to hope to see that as well. Of course, we hope to see a good result from every single driver, and we hope to see you in a good result once again in Super Late Model Race. We thank you for your time. It's Braden Movick, back-to-back champion.
Thank you.
That is our podium procedure, and unfortunately it looks like Triffin Davis will not be joining us tonight for the ceremonies, but that is all right. We're going to be sending it to the race results where we are going to discuss his race finish, closing up our race results for the night. And the winner of this event, it is going to be the driver of the 16. It is Triffin Davis, followed by Ethan Stanley by 1/10 of a second. The Braden Movick and Jamil Hawkins in 4th. A shock finish, given that he started in 9th and was in the middle of the pack for the majority of the race. Antonio Mancini locking up a consistent 5th position, while Marty Farrell, Harley Payne, Scotty Smith, Josh Stoltz, and Jacob Case round out the top 10. Jack Painter, credited as a finisher, finished 11th, 117 laps down. His night of action is done. And we hope to see him back whenever the OSRL campaign continues. Unfortunately, we will not see him back tonight. And that is going to end our second night of racing, but don't go anywhere. We have one more race to go, 150 laps of action. It's going to be an action-packed one. I can guarantee you that. And it is at the same track, Los Angeles, with the Super Late Models, the fastest short track cars in iRacing. Give us a short moment. We'll be taking an intermission, and I hope you all enjoy the next presentation. Thank you all for your time, and I hope you all have a good one. And I see the support in chat. I thank every single one of you for that. We're going to be getting to the music for just a moment. We have the next session up as soon as possible. It appears that the intermission is going to have to run a little longer than we had expected. The session has not gone up. We're going to play the music once again, and hopefully we're going to have it back by the time that the music concludes. I apologize for the slight inconvenience. We will be back in action as soon as we can be. Thank you all for sticking on with this stream. We'll be back within less than 3 or so minutes. Hope you all enjoy the music. But the music of the engines is what you're going to be enjoying for the next, I believe, about an hour or so. Thank you all for sticking by. We're going to be getting to the action soon. we are back for the final race of the night. We got 26 minutes of practice to go through, but we're going to get into the racing as soon as we can from there. I hope you all enjoy that presentation because it's going to be the most intense one. We're starting a little later than I would have expected, but either way, going to be a lot of great drivers going at it, and we're going to be watching the practice session as it unfolds live. The 91 car is front and center. Car, Ethan Stanley gonna get it a little bit banged up there, and we still have a pretty good field coming in right now. We have more than 10 drivers. The 99 of Josh Stoltz making it work right now. In the 199, I apologize. 99 is stylized on that car as Jack Painter is on the racetrack. Of course, going to be off-track admin for this event. We're still trying to get some laps in to experience how the drivers are experiencing this event. Harry Grindell, he is competing for the championship in the super late models. Braden Movick, though, he is competing for every single division championship as well as the overall one. So it's going to be a fight between the 70 and the 42 to see can get it done, as Grindell has kept himself in the entire of this series. Looks like right now, the leader of the timing and scoring charts is Marty Farrell. Pushing it over to the 62 car. That is Charlie Payne. That is going to be Antonio Mancini. The Monster Energy Machine is Jack Painter is going to flip it into the wall. That is going to be Mel Hawkins back again following the 4th finish as Harley Payne's going to put it in the wall. There, just getting by the 92 of Mancini, almost on the outside there. That's Jack Painter and Aiden Walker. The fastest 2 times. Braden Movick, the only driver not to set a lap so far as timing and scoring can tell. The Buckeyes machine of the 93 of Aiden Walker. That is quite the scheme there. The popping colors in the 93 car's camp for sure. Walker now trying to go for the quickest lap. Sending it in hard. You're going to hit 92 of Antonio Mancini. Ethan Stanley, 5th on the charts right now. He's gotten back-to-back second places in these events. Maybe going for 3. Of course, the end goal is a victory. Drivers still on pit road. See, the remainder of the field is on the racetrack at the moment, and that's the 65 Dagger. Josh Stoltz going to put him into the wall there. It's Braden Movick now with only 4 laps under his belt. The fastest of them all. Mel Hawkins, 8th position so far. Car group with Harley Payne leading them all. A little bit of a wreck there. In a few minutes, we're going to be starting our driver interviews to make sure we get the information from every single driver beforehand, as we still see some battling in the field. Aiden Walker is involved in some of that right now. Stanley there, flipping it over. Rotors glowing. It is the dead of night in Los Angeles. Not in real life, unfortunately. But of course, it is different to time zones. It's 10:04 on the East Coast, so I believe, going off of that logic, it is 7:04 in the West Coast, where Los Angeles is currently located. So it should be closer to sunset conditions there. But right now, we're getting closer to the dead of night in the East Coast, especially in the eastern seaboard's most up front areas. That's how it's been going for the most of the night. It out right now is the 93 of Aiden Walker. Gonna get a big hit there. Getting back onto the racetrack. Knocking it down. Pushing it back up again. That is the goal for the 93 car of Aiden Walker. As he is currently 4th on the charts, trying to go for 3 more. Stadgar going for his first completed lap right now. Let's see what he can do. The 65 car rather getting onto the track with the Kyle Larson inspired design there. Got a bit of a good effort, but unfortunately not able to get anything done so far in 2 laps. None have been scored on the timing charts. Josh Wilson there on the inside line. Harry Grindell currently 5th as Mulvick is 1st. That might be a deciding factor of the speed difference when it comes to who will be able to get this championship victory. We're going to find out, however. This is still at just about 20-odd minutes to get in to the point of qualification before we get to the 150-lap event race. They are the fastest cars in this circuit. 13-second laps, much quicker than that of the Legends and a little quicker than that of the Street Stock. So we're going to see some faster and faster laps each time by. This one's going to be awfully quick. 19 minutes remaining. Muppet going to get a little squirreled out there, but still keeping it up there as he's battling the 91 of Ethan Stanley. How about we go on board, and he's going to spin Ethan Stanley out. Jack Painter chasing now. Let's see what the driver of the 97 can do. Painter to the inside. Mulvick going to let him by. Let's see what Mulvick's going to do now. It's a back and forth battle between him and the 97. Mulvick going to get to the bumper. Jack Painter not having any of it. He's still ahead. Once again to the bumper. Hardly Painter around. But Jack Painter is still going to keep it up. Now Mulvick going to the lead of this 2-car battle. Got it again. Jack Painter not able to make anything of it. Mulvick appears to be clearing away. Lamb. The Renault machine gets through. All these drivers are connected to one another. Ethan Stanley does not get through. Harry Grindell backs it in to the pit road. Stanley and the Sailor Moon machine a little bit crumpled up. Ethan Stanley gonna back it into pit road, or rather not pit road, the exit where the drivers enter. If that makes any sense. It's a little bit convoluted, but gets out of the racetrack and not sure what he is up to. Might be trying to launch out right now. He backs it in. And Aiden Walker's coming in too. Not sure what's going on here, but we might have a little bit of a party. And Walker and Stanley, both inside this little access road. Stanley seems to be up and over. A little bit of a convoluted situation. And nothing seems to be coming of it right now. Walker's parked it, so is Ethan Stanley. Out of Harry Grindell with 15 minutes remaining. With Brady Muppet going to get it in. Harley Payne is joining this little party. Rizzy going to back it down to pit road as Aiden Walker and Ethan Stanley are just waiting around. Muppet in the safer barrier, not resetting. Eric Grindell still going around watching the madness. Renault machine, still trying to make it work. Wild Horse Racing entrant. See that the chopper camera goes through the fence there. A little bit of an oddity as Grindell is still trying to make it happen. Mubbock's going to hit the wall pretty hard. Staying on the middle of the racetrack. We got the user labeled us a 637. Let's see if they are one of the drivers, because I believe they might be. Perhaps are part of this. Labeled as the 637 user of Discord, and we're going to try to find out what is going on there. Either way, seems to be muted, and we're going to get into our pre-qualifying driver interviews right about now. How about that? We're going to start with the driver of 92 machine, Antonio Mancini, who seems to be 10th on the charts, and can't drag him anywhere right now because he doesn't appear to be on a voice chat, but now we're going to be able to. So how about that? First interviewee of the night before qualifying, it's Antonio Mancini. You're 10th on the charts right now. How much you expect yourself to be looking for more as the night goes on? Not sure if you're with us there, Antonio Mancini. Do you have a copy? Volume cranked up all the way. Still don't hear you. Can we get one more read and I'll see what's going on? I don't believe we have a copy on Antonio Mancini. Unfortunately, the driver of the 92 machine, dragging him back to pit row as Darius Dadgar are going to go through. Brady Mubick still lodged into the fence. How about that? These two drivers stuck all the way in. Eric Grindell is going to try to join the party. Nothing's going to launch him up. These two revving their engines, but nothing's going to be done about it. Looks like Party might be just moving closer and closer to maybe reversing out. But either way, drivers not going about at the moment. Looks like Eric Grindell actually is going to go for some more practice laps He's second on the charts right now, so we might be able to make a run up for first. Let's go watch on board with the driver who's second on the chart so far, looking for a championship. See how high he revs it up. How about the telemetry to accompany these laps? Second gear, gets it all the way up, stays in second the whole way. Backing it all the way. There's a lot of acceleration, a lot of power in this car. Getting it all the way up to what appears to be 90 miles an hour according to telemetry. Grindel just 900ths away from the fastest lap in this session. 10 minutes and 31 seconds remain, and almost nobody seems to be on the track right now. Although it looks like we do have more drivers going out. Harley Payne and Braden Mullick look to be back up to their former methods of causing a little bit of madness. Back it down. Not sure what is going on. Grindel going to be left by. Getting into the little access road where Ethan Stanley has lodged himself into. Getting a front row view, Stanley is. So how about we go on the nose camera to see what he can see from the drivers who are going by. Looks like nothing. So how about we go from the cockpit camera and see if there's anything from there? Still, nothing. Fortunately, he's not going to be able to see anything as Grindel is still making the rounds. Looks like he's going to back it down. Not many cars are on the track right now. I don't think they're going to be skipping the session at the moment. Doesn't look like anyone's on the track, with the exception of maybe one driver, and that is Braden Mullick. Harley Payne actually seems to be on it. Going backwards. Getting up to the wall. Not sure what's going on there, but it seems to be a few shenanigans from all of these drivers, as Mullick is already at the top of the charts, and now he's getting right up to Ethan Stanley, trying to push Stanley over maybe. Mullick gonna back it down on the pit road. Nothing so far. There seems to be no activity for most of these drivers, just waiting it out as Ethan Stanley's getting onto the track. '91 on his way. Killer Moon Machine now undamaged. Braden Mullick still at the top of the charts. Grindel having a little bit of a battle with him. Mullick just behind. Inside the racetrack, looks like Mullick going to be waiting for Harley Payne once again. Those two are not up to hot laps, while it seems the driver of this 70 machine is certainly looking for more. He is now 600ths away from Mullick's best time. Grindel still going for it. Last lap was a 13.518. Best lap from him is a 13.382. Best lap overall is a 13.322, set by Braden Mullick. The only driver who seems to be consistently putting down hot laps. This practice might come back to help him at the end of the day. We're going to find out. On the inside, back out again, going all the way down to the rumble strips. Grindel is, no fear of that. Getting some very quick lap times through and through. Maybe able to knock Mubik down if he can get it done. And they got a wreck. Grindel gonna put a little damage on there, but swerves well through both of those cars as Darius Dadgar appears to be back on pit road. Not a lot of drivers though on the track. Harley Payne is one of them. How about we check on the 62 machine? Back again, Harley Payne 9th on the chart so far. Might be going for a hot lap right now. We will see. Still going for it right now, 4/10 off the quickest time on the track so far, with 5 minutes remaining in this practice session. Payne gonna put it up to 8th, Ethan Stanley in 9th, lodged, and looks like he just got back to pit road. Might actually be going for some hot laps now, after lodging himself in for quite the long time there. Brady Mubik in pit road. Only driver going is Harry Grindel. Grindel backing it down to the inside line. Another 4 minutes and 31 seconds remaining. Still got an awful good chance at it, getting that fastest lap. The driver to being attempting it at the moment. Drifting it now. Backs out of pit road in reverse. In the back of your screen, Grindel just drifting it around. Taking the outside line on the racetrack, not preferred when racing, but of course when drifting it around, that is a line that he can definitely take and he's coordinated pretty well. And he has some drivers who are actually looking for hot laps, starting to fire themselves up. Ethan Stanley is on the racetrack doing just that. He's going for a quicker lap. He's in 9th. I don't think he can get a quicker lap in reverse. Between 180, and he is back on his way. See if these drivers are just messing around. It up just a little bit of a scrape there. Ethan Stanley still going at it. He is 9th on the charts either way. Grindel gonna back it down to the inside, and Stanley's gonna put it into the catch fence. How about that for the driver of the 91 machine? Now he's burning those Hoosier tires down. Look at that, burning it all the way down to the ground. Those tires definitely taking the abuse. How about that? And look at that, 476 subscribers, so 4 new subscribers this stream. And I thank you all greatly for the support. That is incredible. I tell you what, started this one on 472 and it currently looks like 476. So that's great to hear, and I thank every single one of you for stopping by and leaving supports. It's been quite the road this month, you know, getting a lot of support, getting new subscribers, getting new audience, and of course working with a lot of new people. So I thank every single one of you genuinely because this is just an operation I'm running out of my own house. It's not anything studio related, just someone living it out, and that is the goal that I've had with this channel and bringing all these amazing races to you. Not a race that should go uncovered, and not a viewer that should go unsatisfied. So thank every single one of you for stopping by tonight. It's been a great show, I believe, so far, and I hope that you stick around for the final race of the night. It's going to be a 150 lap event that you are not going to want to miss. And I'm not going to want to miss your support at all. So leave one down in the chat. I'm going to be making sure that I read every single one of your comments. And hope to see you all around for the future streams. We're going to be streaming on Saturday next and Sunday as well. Going to be an action-packed weekend as Darius Dagar going back around, or reversing your background. Well, I thank every single one of you for support sincerely. Get back to cover the action. Harry Grindell is on his way so far. Perhaps his fastest lap. He looks to be a 10th down on it. Can he get it done? Nothing that time by. He's still looking pretty good. Grindell still looking for something more. The Renault machine are looking for everything it's got. 600s away from the top spot in time trials. And this practice session qualifying coming soon. Six seconds remaining. Last chances for Grindell to perhaps set it all the way, but I don't think it's going to happen now because very few drivers are on the racetrack. Grindell really carrying the action here. 15 seconds before we get to the qualifying session, perhaps the most intense one of the night. Movick going for 3 in a row championships, and the international driver of Harry Grindell looking to stop that. Will he get it done? We will see. It's over. Qualifying is starting. Practice is over. We are going to get to the 2-lap dash. It is time. Josh Stoltz seems to be one of the first on the track, second place in the street stock standings, and he is going to go at it once again in that 199. Ethan Stanley seems to be going at it as well. Stoltz going to be one of the first of them to do that. And Harley Payne is out on the racetrack as well, taking a slow ride there. And he is on it. Stoltz is on as well. 199 making it work so far. Ethan Stanley is as well. Stanley trying to make some ground. Warming these tires up. It actually seems to be 5 minutes worth qualifying, as it is going to be not just 2 laps, or my apologies, it is going to be 2 laps with 5 minutes. We have not gotten to use all 5 minutes so far, but Ethan Stanley sending it down to 4th, while Harley Payne is in 1st. Movick now going to be in 3rd, as Stoltz is going to send it to 1st, and Movick in 3rd. Stanley is in 4th. Shock reaction for most of these drivers, I presume, as Stoltz is going to set it far and away, and Movick's run is over. There is no chance for him to take a pole tonight. Stoltz far and away leading this hunt. Seems that nobody is on the racetrack right now. Braden Movick appears to be considered on the racetrack, and yes, he is just sitting his car out there. We're just going to be waiting for the racing to continue as Darius Dagar is going to get on the qualifying track. The Valvoline machine, the second of which, trying to set a quicker lap than the one before him. It looks like that's not going to happen this time by. He's going for yet another one by resetting the car. Looks like Dagar not going to set that qualifying lap. Mancini going to be the next up. And Antonio Mancini going to make it work. This is his first lap. Where is he going to land it? Looks like It's going to be up into classified time at the moment. Mancini still not classified on the charts. That would have been the lap that got him up there in 5th. Nothing so far. Nobody on the track right now for qualifying. A little bit of an interesting situation. These guys are running out the clock, which is the first time I've seen this happen. We went through very, very quickly last time by, but this time, very, very few drivers have decided to qualify. So it's still the pole sitter, and it looks like that's going to stay the way it's been. Nobody else is getting onto the racetrack. Continue to wait to see whether or not these guys are going to go on, but it looks like that is not the case. Qualifying's over. That's how it is. A very short list of qualifiers, oddly. Either way, it looks like most of the grid is still with us. So we're going to be going from there and continue with our qualifying lineup. Joining us today as our pole sitter, it is not going to be Braden Muffick. It is actually going to be the driver of the 199, Josh Stoltz, with a 13.463. Harley Payne in second has a 13.766, or rather a 676, very close to that number, but he's 0.2 off of Stoltz's pole sitting time. Braden Muffick with a 13.715 is in third, with Ethan Stanley's 13.916 in fourth, followed by Benjamin Walker, Aiden Walker to be exact there, qualifying on iRating, as well as Jamil Hawkins in sixth, Jack Painter in seventh, Harry Grindell in eighth, Darius Dadgar ninth, Marty Farrell in 10th, and Antonio Mancini in 11th. A shocking 7 drivers choosing not to qualify for this event. 150 laps, an interesting decision, but it's a long way to go. Maybe just not time to use up the car. Two drivers still not on the grid. Hawkins, Walker, Painter. That leaves us an 8-car field. Hawkins, though, showed up to the last race late, so that might just be the situation again. For the first time, Josh Stoltz gets to lead us down to the OSRL Short Track Showdown. We are almost green for the first time of this event and the last time for the OSRL Short Track Showdown season. And we've only got 1 lap to go until we get to that point. Waiting it around. NASCAR going to be diving in this time by. We get the Ford Mustang. This time we've gotten all 3 cars in succession when it comes to the pace cars. The Mustang gets to do the honor. Send them down one last time. From Los Angeles. Last time of the year, we're green from Los Angeles Coliseum. And Stoltz going to get a good start. Muffick going to get punted. Harley Payne on the outside going to go for it. I think we're going to see some tension. See that? Stoltz holding on to it. Harry Grindell going to be around. I think we're going to caution right about
The yellow flag is out.
We've got our first yellow of the night in the super late models. Didn't even make it a lap. An unfortunate circumstance there for Harry Grindell going around first lap as 8 drivers have chosen to take the grid. Not sure why. We have lost 3, but that is the case. Mancini being the last one. Grindell already spinning. Championship contender, that is an implication. Muffick, though, not able to make anything so far. Lap 4 of 150. Josh Stoltz still leading the way over Harley Payne. Drivers still are double file because they hardly got out of that formation before. And as we are under yellow, we're going to take a quick break once again for a slight issue, unless it has fixed itself. It appears at the moment it has not. It involves the timing and scoring once again. We're going to be solving this as shortly as possible. Once again, a short intermission. Thank every single one of you for stopping by in this stream. You're still single file right now. You're going to be heading down to a quick intermission. If they are still single file, you're not missing a thing. It's still Josh Stoltz leading over Harley Payne. Double file now. Gonna be loading up the timing and scoring as soon as we can. And get it for a short moment, but the racing is still going. Don't worry at all. We are gonna be back in action right about now.
Green flag.
And here we go. Green again. This is the first restart of the night. Back we have it. This is the lead battle. Stoltz and Mullen. Ethan Stanley's going to be around. We're going to have a caution. I don't think we've gotten it yet, but we should shortly. Stanley now down in 8th. No, he's gone into pit road. No caution.
The yellow flag is out.
Until now. How about that from the driver of the 91 machine? Now down in last position. Just had a slight incident there. He's going to be back on his way. Gets punted there by Greenell. Or no, it's going to be Ethan Stanley. He gets sent into pit road, so maybe a cleaner outcome than what I would have expected. Car is still in good condition. Not able to keep it clean at the end of the day. Spinning it around the pack. Ethan Stanley back with the pack. Josh Stoltz leading the way over Brady Movick. Nothing Movick can do so far. The 99 Can-Am Napa machine leading over the third time appearance of the Tyler Tinsley Payne and McDonald's car. So some familiar faces and some new ones. Of course, familiar sponsors for our top two, both of them. Lap 11 to 150. How about that? Are still making waves in this event. Only so much time before we see the conclusion. See who's going to be the champion overall. Brindell up to 4th following that first incident. Might be able to close it back up. Movick, though, is in 2nd. It'll be a hard ask from the driver of the 70. Again, this is going to be the 2nd restart of the night. Once again, Josh Stoltz is on the way, gets a blinding start there. Brindell not going to get anything near that. And we are back again. Movick is going to put the pressure immediately. Movick now falling back. Stoltz getting a good run once again. Lap 15, 150. Brindell fighting for 5th now within 3 minutes here. Movick puts the bumper to the leader. Drives to the outside once again. Nothing he can do for Stoltz right now because Stoltz has fallen away with the 3rd line. Exactly the 42. Still diving in, but Movick not able to make anything of it. Now he's going to be able to do that. Stoltz is going to be sent back to second. Liddell is in third. Like the train here, how do we check it from the chopper camera? The majority of these guys are fighting it out. Marty Farrell going to lose a little bit of time. Eric Riddell not going as much. Still fighting as hard as ever. Josh Stoltz, 3/10 back to the leader right now. Lap 21.50 and things are looking pretty clean so far as the single file trains and the majority of these drivers. Closest to Payne and Mancini. Now, Mancini, Marty Farrell was going to swerve pretty hard there. Mancini gets a little wall, cakes it just a bit. Marty Farrell backing down to 7th. Darius Dadgart still in this session. Not on the racetrack as Movic still leads the way over the remainder of the field. Josh Stoltz is in tow. And Harry Grindell in third. He's just making the rounds at this point. Here's everyone single file. How about this battle though between Ethan Stanley and Harry Grindell? Let's go on board with the driver of the 91 and see what he is seeing at the moment. Up to just about 7,000 revs a minute. Grindell does. Ethan Stanley putting some hardcore pressure there, especially into the corners, braking just a little bit later. Hear the engine tick just a bit. Diving down, 15 car is not in this event, unfortunately. The driver of the 91 looks to be losing it, saves it though, no caution. Everyone up front is still going as well as they can. Payne, the 62 car, fighting the 12. These two are in the back of the pack, 6 and 7. They're fighting as hard as ever, as if it was for the lead. Payne gets it sorted out. No caution. Braden Muffet gaining time on the lap cars now. The first of which, it is going to be Harley Payne in the 62. Let's see how he can deal with the driver of the 62 machine here. Let's see whether or not he's going to make a pass. Usually, he'll have to do the same thing he did in the street stock race, prompting a caution. Getting a little bit rough with these lap cars. Just biding his time. He is a second and a half ahead of the driver of the 199 machine, Josh Stoltz. Eric Grindell gaining some time. Perhaps going to be able to make it up to second. Marty Payne getting closer and closer each time by. Marty Farrell is in frame as well. Payne though has the most to worry about. Here is the rear view camera. Look at how close Muppet gets each time by. That is the closest he has been. Bunching more and more onto the driver of the 62. There he goes. Braden Muppet does. Payne gets into the wall. Braden Muppet is going to be chasing yet another. Marty Farrell, the next to be worrying about the driver of the 42 breathing down his neck. Lap 38 at 150, these guys are going as quick as ever. That Harry Grindell making very close gains onto the driver of the 199. We'll be keeping up with that story as it goes on. Brady Muffet is getting closer to the 12 each time by. closer. Marty Farrell's got to be watching out. This is the closest battle on the racetrack. Car of Marty Farrell now within the car length. Gonna dive in. Marty Farrell's gonna let him by. Movic on the way. Deldo catching up the second to Josh Stoltz. His championship implications. Down to the inside he goes. Once again, the 70 car. 199 just in front. He's gaining, and being in second position might be the most key thing to his championship run. Will not even get there, we will see. The inside, closer to the inside at least. Riddell goes, and now he's going to try to make the pass. Gets cut off there by Josh Stoltz. He's got to be a little more patient if he wants this all to happen. Now we're going to be pulling up the standings as is. Riddell, as it stands, is still in the race mathematically. It appears to be 40 odd points, or rather 54 odd points behind the driver of the 42 machine, Braden Movic. Josh Stoltz, though, does not appear to be. But either way, Braden Movic out front, it looks like as he stands, he will be the champion, no matter how it faces itself out. These two battling for second in the point standings. Mo Perry not here. Grindell is going to get it for now. Stoltz, though, has more points as a buffer. Maybe that will come into use. Back and forth these two are with now it's going to be less than 100 laps to go. Car not able to make anything happen right now. He's standing just within 3 seconds back. Mancini a lap down. Braden Movic, though, catching up. Might be able to lap the entire field at this pace. Just a few seconds out of the grasp of Braden Movic. This is the battle for lapping the fourth place car. Stanley far away. Inside line, rumble strips being used again there from the driver of the 91 machine. Movic using all he's got. Still quicker. The driver just rubber him in. Look at that. It's going to be lap cars. Blocking Harry Grindell in his chase. Look at that. Gets in the wall there. Payne gonna let him by. Marty Farrell, not so much. Marty Farrell now is. Flag is out. Yellow flag to be exact. Stoltz gets into the 12. Are they Payne seems all right? Mancini does not. Let's get into the replay. Appears to be residual damage. We're gonna need a blink shot. Nothing appears to have occurred. We're gonna go further back on the instant replay. Looks like as is, this was a sort of competition caution. Lap 58 of 60. Mancini getting his lap back right now. Marty Farrell, Harley Payne, going to be having to get it next. For the yellow flag conditions once again, waiting for these drivers to get back at it. Only so much time remains in this OSRL Short Track Showdown season. Going to be less than 100 laps now we're getting closer to 90 laps. We get there. To the finish of this season, an incredible one with multiple winners and incredible races. Brady Muffick still leading them all the way. Josh Stoltz in third, Stanley in fourth. Almost got lapped last time by. Not gonna happen for him. Now it's going to be one lap to green to get back to the action. The final few minutes of this series and its season. We're going to be watching live. Pace car is going to dive in short. And once again, Brady Muffick is going to lead them off. He's going to get a lightning start. Stoltz going to be on the inside line there, but I think Harry Grindell going to take the outside and just be as quick as he can with that 70 machine. Maybe he was holding back, maybe he was not. Muffick getting a good start. So, majority of the field seems to be going along well. Kane might have gotten into an issue with the driver, the 92. That is going to be Antonio Mancini. Muffick still making the rounds now. Grindell just behind of the run. Mostly single file trains to do out some battles, including Marty Farrell and Harley Payne. According to the timing and scoring statistics, Antonio Mancini is not part of this battle at all. Payne needs to get by if he wants to get that track position back. Of course, Marty Farrell is a lap down, and Antonio Mancini is not. Well, Mancini does not need to move. It's up to the driver of the 12 machine to either let him by just so he can have some action and Mancini to pass the 12 car. And we can get back to seeing the battle for 6 in its true date. But as it is right now, it all comes down to whether or not the 62 can pass the 92, and it doesn't look like it is happening right now. Oh, it's down to fourth. First time he's been this far down all night. The pole sitter, lap 68 at 150. He has fallen down a few spots. He, of course, capable of getting in the back. Marty Farrell is on the tail of that 199. Driver's still roaring those engines as hard as ever. Muffick, every lap's through. He knows that if he clears this off well, he most likely will be the champion. And it will be celebration to remember if he does wrap them all up. Yellow flag is out once again. I do think it's Antonio Mancini. Yes, it is. Looks like Mancini gets in the wall. Oh, he goes sideways. Backs it into the DoorDash wall. And nothing he could do there. That is the only driver involved in that incident, but Brady Muffick is going to head into pit road for new tires, and a majority of the field is as well. Our first example of pit strategy tonight. Here is a closer shot of the pit exit. We do not have a specific pit exit shot, but when these drivers come around this camera angle, you'll know which one is off first and which one is getting the worst of it, getting off last. So, let's find out who gets off pit road, who's the winner of the race. The asphalt that isn't part of the track. Looks like Stoltz is going to get it done there. Muffick waiting a little while. Grindell not going to be able to get him. It's going to be Stoltz, Muffick, Grindell, Ethan Stanley, and Dadgar. Followed by him, it's going to be Marty Farrell. As it stands, though, majority of the field can be seen. There is Brady Muffick, and there is Harry Grindell. There's Ethan Stanley as Darius Dadgar going to pass by Marty Farrell. Not there. On the track, still on pit road, going to be last of which to come out. But caution laps counting. This is going to send him multiple laps down. Antonio Mancini appears to be a retiree. from this event. Braden Muffick, though, still hunting down that victory. Josh Stoltz gets out after some incredible pit strategy. We are halfway through the race. Only a few laps remaining, a handful of which 75. We've gotten through 75 this quick. We're going to get through them quick again. It's going to be just about 20 minutes pace. Guys, get back to the green flag action. Muffick goes to the high side. We are one lap to green until we get back at it. Inside line. Josh Stoltz goes. This might be his last chance to get a victory. This restart might be his last chance at the season. Let's see what he can do. Josh Stoltz gonna get another blinder. Muffick on the outside has a lot of raw speed. Grindell on the inside trying to make something happen as well. Muffick's gonna have to fight on the outside. Work for it. Josh Stoltz doesn't have to do nearly as much. He still maintains that lead over Muffick side by side of the line. Josh Stoltz is gonna get it. Into the inside line. Looks like Stoltz gonna have it cleared away for now. Ethan Stanley inside of Harry Grindell. This is the fight for third. We have 6 cars on the racetrack still as Dadgar not getting back onto the track following his incident. Still in the session, and Antonio Mancini has retired. Josh Stoltz slowly in the way. We're getting Muffick. How do we go on board? See how Muffick's going to chase him down. On Stoltz, almost up to the bumper. Getting closer and closer each time by. Now to the outside. Ethan Stanley putting some pressure right now. You can see him in the rear view mirror just barely. It's going to be a 3-car battle for first position. Muffick's going to go around there, and that is going to be a big implication. Upside down and flipped around by Marty Farrell. I don't think he's going to be happy with the 12, but I don't think he's going to be happy with Ethan Stanley either. Wow, how about that? Braden Muffick up and over. And we're going to get an instant replay on the matter. Heartbreak there. Muffick going to have to get it tipped over. Stanley. Looks like nothing he can do on the inside. Hits him. Muffick goes around but hits the rear end. Marty Farrell tips him all the way over. It looks like nobody came to his aid. Maybe Darius Dadgar does, but nope. Nobody. Now Braden Muffick appears to be 2 laps down and towed. This might be the decider for the championship. Had anyone tipped him over, he might have still been in this race, but I don't think that's going to be the case. 2 championships, maybe too much for Muffick. not being sent over. That is perhaps the end to a prolific run so far tonight. And Marty Farrell getting the worst of it. He tipped Braden Movick over. Movick was able to get back on his side had he not had that little hit there. And that is going to cost him dearly in the championship. Josh Stoltz, the closest man to Movick in the points, when it comes to those who are still here, is in this event in the leading position of first. Which means he's got a very good chance at running it back on Movick, who is now going to be sent all the way back to 6th position, regardless of what he does now. That is an incredible decider. How about that? There's a chance that that is not going to end off this event the way it is. But it is a 24-point gap between the driver of the 999 and the driver of the 42. It all comes down to whether or not they're going to be able to keep that distance separated. You look at the charts, nothing you can do. Harley Payne going around. Harley Payne out with him.
Green flag,
Green flag. Josh Stoltz is underway. The pace car is underway as well. And now it looks like this is his championship for the making. Can he get it done? We're going to find out. A little bit of beating banging there. This is for second position with just about over 50 laps to go. The 70 car, Brindell. There for the taking that Renault. Stoltz, as it is, might be able to get his first win in a surprising circumstances. Braden Movick is now 5 laps down, but back on the racetrack. I don't think he's happy with any of these drivers. Brindell gonna have to leave it wide. Reed and Stanley going for second now. And Movick running it around the racetrack as well. He is 5 laps down, gonna need another yellow to get back into the hunt. 99 laps complete for these guys, and Josh Stoltz leading them far and away. Looks like this might be his first victory. It might be the one that secures him a championship at the end of the day. 100 laps have been completed. Now we gotta get to the 150 mark to see who's gonna be the champion. I believe Josh Stoltz, as it is, a very good chance. Movick, though, not going to give up. Gaining some time, slightly still pushing as hard as he can. Josh Stoltz, though, 3/10 off of the pace that is currently held by the driver, the 42 machine. Stoltz going to be his closest competitor in the overall title, but I believe, as it stands, 77 points back. Josh can do nothing about it. Movick most likely is our overall champion, but this is a championship that Stoltz might have a off shot at. It's going to be a very close battle. We will see whether or not he makes it. 103 laps completed. Josh Stoltz must be feeling the heat now. It is crunch time, and whether or not he can get it done depends on how we can handle this pressure. Stanley gets to him on the inside line. Stanley not racing for a championship. Brindell is as well. But Mo Perry, driver who would have been at the most advantageous position had he showed up to this event. Not here. Not going to be able to take the championship throne. As the 91 machine is still pushing as hard as he can to get to the leader, the 199. Braden Movick has just gotten on to his 101st lap. Making rounds in front of Darius Dadgar, who is now back on track for the first time. He's going to pass Mancini in position for 7th. Unless he doesn't, backs it back down onto pit road. There he goes. Getting service again. Josh Stoltz leads the way over Ethan Stanley. 3-car battle for the lead, followed by a 2-car battle between Payne and Farrell, which is spread out. Leaves us to watch this battle for first. Ethan Stanley knocking on the door. Left, Josh Stoltz. Here is the rear view camera of the 199. To get that close, it's just about time to think about whether or not you can give up the lead. But look at this. These two are as close as ever. Stanley trying to go to the outside. Nothing's going to happen there. Brindell's still watching with a hawk's eye. See what's going to happen between these two. See Ethan Stanley there. The Sailor Moon machine staring in the face. Josh Stoltz's car. Stoltz holding on to the pressure. This is going to decide a championship if he can get it done correctly. It appears this just might be enough of a gap to win the title. It's a very wide gap in comparison to the one that Painter had on Maverick before. But this is the furthest the Maverick has been for the lead all night. Might be wearing out right now. He's in second again. This will be his third runner-up finish of the night in 3 races if he stays in this spot. Gabriel still with the watch line. We'll go on board with him and see what he's seeing. The laps are winding down. Just a little bit of ground, but Ethan Stanley is on the hunt. He gets to the inside there, gets a little bit of a better jump. But still, as it stands, Josh Stoltz holding it on hard. Nothing that Ethan Stanley can do. Oh, we got a little bit of a shuffle there. Marty Farrell gonna move Harley Payne out the way, and Muppet gonna get through both of them. Muppet the quicker of the 3. Whoa! We might see caution. No, we are not. These two are not happy with each other at all. Looks like these two settle it out. Almost a caution there, and Muppet gets away while Josh Stoltz still fighting as hard as ever. And look at this, he's coming up in that battle with Harley Payne and Marty Farrell as soon as he can. Muppet is in the mix here. Let's see what he does. Just a handful of laps remaining in this championship. Stoltz making a good run of it. Grindell, leading back is firing. Ethan Stanley, the bridesmaid, twice. Will he be the bridesmaid 3 times? We're going to find out. He's making a good run of it so far. He might just not settle for second this time by. Harley Payne disposed of pretty clearly. Brindell getting at the worst of it though. Marty Farrell is up next. Farrell going to be disposed of as well. The battle is going to continue between Farrell and Harley Payne. These two are fighting for position in this event. Seems to be 5 laps out of it, and he is not pushing when it comes to the pace. First victory. Of course, we got a lot of drivers here looking for their first. Rindell as well. Stanley is in second position as well. So it is a lot guys going for their first victory tonight. A lot of chances to do so. Still, just about 15 laps remain as we just cross the stripe. It's 136. It's going to be now 14 laps to go. Ethan Stanley, 14 chances. Can he get it done? Will Braden Muffet impede on the parade that these first-time winners perhaps will have? Nothing so far. Too far away from Muffet for him to be considered a factor. Stanley's pushing as hard as he can. Now he's going to get to the outside. Stoltz is clear. And he acts on it. No contact, but Stoltz is going to push him really hard to the rubber strips. A very, very surprising defensive move by Josh Stoltz. And that's going to buy him a few laps worth of time with 11 laps to go. Look at this. Only so much time and defending like he could be a champ. Well, it all comes down to whether or not he finishes him first. He might just be a champ. We're going to see whether or not Josh Stoltz has what it takes to win the third championship, the Super Late Models, and become yet another title winner in this battle for the best in the Short Track Showdown. Laps to decide our champion. Josh Stoltz must be feeling the heat. He has not won all season. His points incredibly consistent. He's been up there for the championship battle in the street stocks, making good results in the legends, but this is his calling. He's been able to keep it consistent, keep it clean, get up on that podium position, and now he's taking the top step. It looks like for the first time, we might be calling him a winner, but of course he's got to wrap it up. This Ethan Stanley, a tenured road racer, as I said before, looking to add another notch to his old belt. But not right now. 5 laps to go. Who's going to get it done? We're going to find out because Stanley is pushing as hard as ever. And to the inside, nothing so far. And Stoltz only has 4 laps to complete. The pressure is on. The heat is on. When it comes to the driver in the cockpit, he must be feeling it. It is dark, dark skies in Los Angeles, the virtual Los Angeles Coliseum. But it is a bright future, perhaps, and a bright moment coming in the sights of Josh Stoltz. Will he be able to get it done? We're going to find out with 2 laps to go. What's the bridesmaid gonna do? Is he gonna be a bridesmaid no more? We will see. Mulvick is within the grasp now. Getting an awful lot of time on him. White flag is out. And diving to the inside one last time on through the first 2 turns. What's Brandon Mulvick gonna do? Slows down, but it looks like it's not going to be enough. Josh Stoltz is going to be a first-time winner in the OSRL Short Track Showdown in the Super Late Models, and I think that might have guaranteed him the Super Late Model Championship. How about that? He has done it. Josh Stoltz, 199 machine. It looks like he will be among the best of them. He'll be a champion. Polish victory lap already has begun. Josh Stoltz, first time winner. And this one's gonna mean the most. Incredible driving there. He held him off. He played his cards right. Muvic's there. And there's Jewel burning it out. How about that? On the start-finish line to end an incredible season of 5 weeks of racing action. I believe that Movic, no matter what, is going to be the overall champion. Josh Stoltz is going to be the race winner and perhaps the Super Late Model title. And Josh Stoltz has burned it down to the ground. He is a race winner. This is for the first time, and I think it's the one that matters most. Josh Stoltz, are you the champion? I believe you are, based on the point situation, but either way.
I think Braden might have gotten me by a couple points, but I could be wrong.
As far as I know, it was a 24 or so point gap coming in, but you won the race. Movic in 6th. I'm not sure how the points are going to tabulate that. If there's no official word, it just...
Quickly, give me a second. I have someone calling me. Important.
All right. Well, we're going to have a moment there from Josh Stoltz. The points continue to tabulate. Going to try to find out how the points work. Quick moment. Two cars on the racetrack at the moment are waiting for the word regarding the points.
Okay, sorry, I'm back.
All right, so when it comes to the points, it's a 5 or so position difference. Yep, a 5-point position difference. So I'm not sure how the points are going to tabulate that. Is it a difference of 5 points each? Because if it is, I'm thinking you're going to be the champion by maybe a point if it's not tied.
I think from what Jack was saying at the start of the race, I think Braden had to finish like 8th for me, or 8th, and I had to win. I would have to win out. So I don't think I won. If I did, cool. If I didn't, I think Braden deserved it more. So
yeah, we're going to see whether or not that's going to come down to it. The results have not been posted, but either way, a dominating victory from start to finish, from the pole to the win. How to feel with all the pressure behind you?
Honestly, until the unfortunate accident that Braden had, I was like, I wasn't really going for the title. Like, I knew I had a chance to win after putting it on pole. But like after Braden won, after Braden flipped, like in the back of my mind, like, okay, as long as I keep my head on straight and don't mess it up for myself, I know I can win this. So
that's absolutely what you did tonight, getting it done, dominating fashion. And you saw Ethan Stanley behind you for the final few laps there. Was it as intense as it seemed on the broadcast?
Yeah, it was, because I knew Ethan had a lot of opportunities when I messed up. I just don't think he got there in time. Like pretty much it was the last like 50 or so laps. I was just trying to keep it going straight as possible.
Absolutely. Still getting the victory done, and the points have come in. It is a difference of 8 points, but it's going to be Braden Movic who gets it done with his lone victory. 2 top 5s and 4 top 10s. A valiant effort, climbing through a almost impossible, it seemed, points hurdle. You really had him almost there. At the end of the day, dominating this race, though. Impressive job there, and welcome to the Winners Club for the final race of the season. Josh Stoltz, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
How about Ethan Stanley, the second position finisher? We're going to try to drag him in right now. Once again, an impressive result, half a second off. You think a few more laps would have gotten you that victory?
I really don't know. I probably would have had to have him screw up another time. Maybe I could have sent it under him, but yeah, he had a pretty good defensive run there, and yeah, good win to him.
Certainly impressive victory gotten done there. But you had him in second position for the majority of the time. Do you think there was a moment in that final run where you could have had a chance of passing?
I mean, like I said, it was really difficult to even try to get down in the position to pass, and yeah, I mean, if I would have been able to get past him, I think I had the pace to stay up front, but you never know what would have happened there. Congrats to Muvik on the championship. Yeah, he got it done even though he flipped, and yeah, good race.
Absolutely some good racing all around. The championship results are in. Muvik winning all of them, but still putting in a valiant effort tonight. All second place finishes, the highest overall points if it were running for points nights tonight. Ethan Stanley getting it done second consistency across the board. If we have a second season, I think this is one of the drivers to watch. I thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
One more question before we go. Is 637 Harry Grindell? I just want to make sure when I pull him in.
Wait.
Yeah, there's a Discord user
I
called
believe no, Harry Grindell is Harry Grindell.
Oh, I just noticed he joined. My apologies there. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for your time either way.
Yeah, no problem.
And, well, how about that? A little bit of a miscommunication there, but third place on the night, putting in a valiant effort, almost there for the first win. Harry Grindell, how are you feeling after that event?
Tired, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, this track was insane. This is my first time racing it. I knew it would be a mess, and I was right. So, yeah, there was a point there where I thought, maybe I can win this race, but then off that final restart, the 91 got by me, so I was just sort of staying behind them, waiting for them to wreck, and it just never happened. So, third place, I'll settle for that. I was expecting to DNF, I'll be perfectly honest with you, but yeah, congrats to Braden on the title and to Josh on the win here. So, yeah, kept this car driving, so I'm pleased enough with the performance tonight.
Certainly kept it driving, and saw that you were laying back just a bit while Ethan Stanley and Josh Stoltz were going at it there. And did you think there was ever a moment, because they were getting really close, that you just should have gone in for it?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, with just the nature of this track, you're having to be really heavy on the brakes going into the corners. I was already getting loose at the best of times, and then, you'd lock up the left front, and then the car would do all sorts of weird and wonderful things. So I was quite conscious of that. I never really thought, oh, damn, I should have gone for that opening, because I know it would have ended badly. So I was mainly just sort of staying back and waiting for one of them or for both of them to mess up and hit the other, because I knew that there was never going to be any way I'd get past them both.
Certainly a waiting game there, and you had a mathematical shot at the championship. You're, as far as I'm aware, according to the Super Late Models statistics of the drivers to look out for, but it does climb you up 10 spots, or rather 4 spots in the overall championship to get up to 10th. So a valiant effort put in tonight as well. So gotta give yourself some props for that. Just a second off victory. And I think if we're gonna have another season, like I said about Ethan Stanley, another one to watch with the number 70 Renault. Harry Grindell, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you very much.
How about our championship winner? In spite of the race result there, getting a little bit of a tip over there, you got them all done. 4 championships. Every single one locked up. How are you feeling after that performance tonight?
Well, I really enjoyed my speed in this race. But for the third week in a row, my SLM race was ruined by the halfway caution. But hey, that rollover was unfortunate. But with other drivers having misfortune and not being able to finish the race, I clinched the championship with about 100 laps to go. So that's pretty cool. But I mean, even after tipping over, this thing was hauling the mail. I mean, good God.
Certainly kept it from going a lap down the entire way around. And I was thinking at one point maybe something would have happened, but it did not. You were still keeping it up there, and you got it done. You got the Super Late Model Championship done by 8 points, but you basically had it locked up all the way in the overall championship and absolutely put them all down. Chips down all the way, and you got all 4 titles at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
And if you're looking forward to a second season, let me know, because I'm not sure, because a lot of these guys seem to be looking at it as maybe they're going to come back next season, maybe they're not, and hoping to see that you will come back, because you've been putting in an amazing performance every single race every week.
Yeah, I'd really like to do another short track thing like this. It's pretty fun. We are doing another modified little championship here soon after next season, next Premier Series season. So I hope to get going on that after the Premier season. But I think all my focus is now geared toward the Premier season and performing there. So.
Absolutely, the Premier Series season is upon us very, very soon. But ending off this offseason, Braden Muffet going to get it done by dominating the OSRL Short Track Showdown. We thank you for your time this season and wish you luck in the Premier Series.
All right, thank you.
That is all we have for this season. Thank every single one of you for watching as we go through the race results for tonight's event. This is our race results. Josh Stoltz winning the race by half a second of Ethan Stanley, and Harry Grindell being a second back on the leader in third. Then Marty Farrell a lap down, Harley Payne a lap down in fifth, Braden Muvick in sixth. Then Antonio Mancini, Darius Dadgard, Jack Painter, and Aiden Walker in 10th position, retiring 151 laps down, while Jamil Hawkins did the same. Few drivers retiring before the gridding procedure. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, they were still part of this incredible season with a lot of winners. I have to thank every single driver for stopping by and every viewer for stopping by. It has been an amazing one to watch. And congratulations to Braden Muvick on every single championship. Congratulations to Josh Stoltz on the super late model victory. Congrats to Braden Muvick on the Legends victory. Congrats, of course, to the driver who got it done in the Street Stocks event. That driver, of course, was Griffin Davis. Apologies there for the quick interruption, but how it went down. And I thank every single one of you for stopping by for these 5 weeks. We will be back with the OSRL E-Mod Series when that returns. Last time we did that series, it got onto the iRacing Top 10, so we're hoping to see it back very, very soon. And if you want to catch the action for the OSRL Premier Series, twitch.tv, Cover Zone Network. We thank them for allowing us to work with them and do these broadcasts outside of the main. Thank you everyone for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, I believe, perhaps for some Fanta Truck Series action, the Voyager trucks, and we'll be, of course, back on Saturday for the the IORA IndyCar Series and the Rush Truck League coming very, very soon on Sunday. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you have a great night. Catch you on the next one.